where are you? Found you hiding here in the near clear blue.
He's been cited by IGN, The Quartering, Timcast, The Daily Wire, Bounding into Comics, and even Dr. Jordan B. Peterson.
What?
Hey, the Pro Show is on!
Awesome! Let's turn it on.
Guys? Where'd you go?
Morty, let's check in on Brian Johnson's new trilogy.
Okay.
I bypassed the compressor.
What did you do, Ray?
Son of a... That's gonna leave a mark.
Now, he was okay, after 6-7 weeks. Okay? They get over it. Kids are resilient like that.
Yeah. I hate it.
It's the standard, what would George do?
I don't want you here.
So sorry, George. I didn't think it would go like this.
Fly, you fools.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Weird. Stay away from liquor, kids.
I have always liked Cowabunga.
Cowabunga! Now that's more like it, Mr. Wayne.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
The Force will be with you. Always.
That's how winning is done.
I am vengeance. I am the night.
That's what she said.
I am Batman.
If I won tonight, I would come home and we'd celebrate. Well, I'm coming home, we're celebrating. God bless you all.
Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. What we think, we become.
It's scooping time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in just 2 minutes, the lighting at the Magic Kingdom will dim for the performance of the Pro Show. We hope you enjoy and have a magical, truthful time. For the safety of others, please, no flash photography. And welcome to Provision 3D.
All right, everyone, put on your comfy glasses. I'm going.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
You know that you've been taught the golden rule, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Yes, Paul.
Autobots, roll out.
I'm bringing the party to you.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money?
Fortune and glory, kid. Fortune and glory.
Chicken jockey.
All right, it's time to go to school, son. Come on, get your hands up, man.
Are you okay?
They'll never take our freedom.
From the redwoods of California to the hills of Tennessee to the Rockies and the Sunshine State and Maine with that bright and shining sea. From coast to coast in North America, it's time for your host with the most, bringing you all the entertainment news that should be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the WDW Pro Show!
We probably should do a show then. Lauren, what do you say? Do a show?
Sure. Why not? We're all here.
How about a 400th show, Lauren?
Well, that makes it a little less exciting, but sure.
I don't know. I like it. 400 sounds good on us. That good enough for you, Lauren? And I switched sides?
That was so impressive that it actually swished us around.
Ah, so impressive that we got in a little tsunami, a little supersonic tsunami of us moving around. I like it. Musical chairs right here on the Pro Show. Lauren, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Lauren, I have heard that you were featured the other day in a new clip about your hatred for poultry. Is that true?
This is true.
Yeah. Just checking to make sure. I want to make sure I've got my facts right. Lauren, what if I told you that you're in a new movie, but we've got something coming out on the Pro Show real soon that I think you're going to enjoy. In fact, it's coming out next week, Friday, May 8th at 9 p.m. as the lead-in for the Lauren and Apollo show. Something brand new here on the Pro Show.
I was not aware of this. What are we talking about?
Well, Lauren, do you recall how sometimes we have a guest on here who has a disability?
Yes.
Lauren, are you aware that the last time said guest got to host his own show here on the channel that we raised thousands of dollars for charity? Do you recall that?
Yes, he did a good deed.
What if I told you there's a part 2, Lauren?
I thought that we had forsworn there being a part 2.
You see, Lauren, there are people who need our help. Our community is there for them, and we want to take this opportunity to bring joy and kindness and maybe even some legs. Folks, next Friday, May 8th, 9 p.m., don't miss it. It's time for Wilton's Legacy.
I grew up through wars, poverty, and my life's falling apart. But Wilton's life, well, he's never really lived. He needs legs.
Hi, Wilton the Troll doesn't have any legs, and I feel so bad for him. I'm really excited to help. I'm emptying my piggy bank and giving all my birthday money so he can get better.
Wilton is precious. He said I remind him of his mom.
I really like Wilton the Troll, so I'm going to empty my piggy bank and my education account to help him. Wilton needs legs more than I need college right now.
I'm honestly just sad for Wilton. He was born with no legs. And me, I got this wheelchair.
I've dealt with my own challenges, so when I heard about him, I knew I had to step up.
Wilton told me he could help me with my computer because I remind him of his mom. But then I did something wrong and it completely broke my computer, so I'm emptying my savings account to help him instead.
Wilton, you're my favorite troll now.
I'm donating because Wilton deserves to feel like he's not alone.
He needs our help.
He's going to be so happy.
He also told me I was pretty. And I like that too.
All right, folks. Look at this crew that we've got here. Wiz, you look like you're ready to meet Rocky out there.
What are we doing, man? Wilton got an ASPCA commercial before Grand Theft Auto 6. I can't believe this.
Hey, Wiz, there's good news, though. Beyond Wilton, you have a... are we allowed to talk about the thing yet?
It's not official yet.
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm glad I thought there was that little neuron inside my head that said, hey, even though he said we were going to get that announcement, stop. And ask him first before. Yeah, okay, never mind then. But
I'm waiting for the boss to make the announcement.
Okay. I got my timing wrong. Stop that. But folks, you can probably tell Wiz is going places, and we're excited for him. Okay, well, we'll stop that right there.
Put it this way: we'll know by Friday.
Easy there, easy.
There's no
and
doubt.
of course, as we celebrate number 400, the 400th episode of the show, folks, you know that this summer we're going to be doing the full-blown pro reveal where I'll be in the studio on camera live. We have to do that because so many of the channels out there are being struck down, demonetized for all kinds of stuff. And to protect the channel, I cannot go any longer without being on camera. I think it's dangerous and risky, and you know, not everybody can be out in space with a fake wizard beard. But folks, I'll go live.
Speaking of which, I have a question, Wizard.
Yes.
I can't tell. Are you wearing a wizard hat inside the spacesuit and then also have a wizard hat on the outside of the spacesuit?
Very
Lord,
deep
we don't
questions.
Need to answer these questions.
That's a very deep question.
It's like a Russian nesting doll of wizard hats.
It's a sorting helmet.
I'm a man of many hats.
It's folded under inside, and then he's got another one on top, and you know, it's to keep his head warm and safe and snuggy in space. Okay, leave him alone. Protect
In
the cranium.
space, no one can hear you spell.
All right, folks, let's get to the super chats, and we've got lots of friends who'll be joining us tonight. We're very excited about that for number 400, and of course, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Kimmel. If we hit the goal tonight, which it's a big one, I know, 50, but it's a big reward. We will stay on all the way until Jimmy Kimmel comes on. I've got the right monitor ready to go in the studio. I've got ABC to my right. I'm watching it, and if Jimmy Kimmel comes on 11:35, we're going to see what he says. We'll report on it. If not, if we don't hit that super chat goal, we'll call it before then, and I'll stay up and watch it and see if we need to report on it in the morning. But we would love to still be going when that happens. All right, let's get to the super chats, folks, because you all 400 of you, the best, the brightest, the nicest, I don't care what your loved ones say. From Red Tigress for 5, congrats, pro. Thank you, Red Tigress. We appreciate you so much and enjoy playing games with you on that game place. Juliet for 2, congrats on 400 episodes. Folks, we got so many more in the can. It drives the Hollyweirds mad. Cannon Barnes, member for 17 months. 400, yes, that's right. They've churned out 400 shows. It goes and goes. 2 times 200 and thousands of stories for projects that were bad. Yes, they were bad. So very bad. We love Pro. Don't forget, we've covered the good stuff too. Project Hail Mary, big time win. Mario, you betcha. The new Michael movie. Oh, yeah. And we were here when Godzilla -1 came out. We were here when Top Gun Maverick came out. We love the good stuff. And we've got good news on the way tonight regarding where Hollywood is going. The First Dragon Queen for 2, congrats. Hugs for all. Preps for the final round. Yeah, First Dragon Queen might know what's going down next Friday. Be there. Now it's known. Hey, Mac, good to see you for 2. 4 times 100. Congrats, pro and company. Thank you. We've got Ewan Cumia, member for 18 months. 400 shows is impressivo. Well, thank you. Wolfle McGruffle, the crime dog, is out there for 5. 400 cents for 400 shows plus an extra $1. How kind. Thank you so much. Cincy Brown Coat for 10. Happy 400. Here to 40,000 more. I bet you we can do it. I bet you we can. Listen, I got no stopping me, and I'm doing what God put me here to do. Wendy F for 5, happy Monday all. We've got Charles Morris for 10. Congratulations. Thank you guys for the laughs. Always a fun time. And that is the goal, ladies and gentlemen, besides the super chat goal. Every time we do one of these shows, we never forget that the job here is to entertain, to have a good time. We're talking about bad news. If it was good news, it wouldn't make the news. We're here to cover all the stuff that's extraordinary, whether it's great or terrible, and we want to put a smile on your face at the exact same time. We've got Wendy F out there for 5. Congratulations on 400. Thank you so much, Wendy. And then we've got Pastor of Muppets, and I decided to put this up here for a reason. I'll tell you why in just a second. Pastor of Muppets sent in no money with this one, but says, unfortunately, had to pause my membership. Also, got to take a quick break from supers. Got hit with heavy financial issues this month. Thursday, my membership will be back. The reason, folks, that I wanted to put this on the screen is because I am pleased with this kind of a message. I want everybody to understand, we never, ever, ever want you to overgive. And things happen. There are going to be unexpected car insurance issues. There's going to be unexpected medical bills or things you got to pay. And folks, never go above and beyond what you can afford. We're here for the extra. We're here for the fun. We never want you to put yourself in a tough place. Pastor of Muppets, thank you for reminding everybody out there, take care of you and your loved ones first. We're not here to grift with you sitting there saying, I got to pay pro. I don't know how I'm going to do it. No, never, ever, ever, please take care of you and yours indeed.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was heard.
We go to Archer Merchant for 5. I am beginning to think they ran the new article because Disney documents are leaking from the final hours of Reedy Creek plus the Iger book. Now, I don't know if the panel knows what this is talking about, but we covered it on That Park Place, the live stream today at noon. So there's this website called the Florida Politics. Is that just it? Florida Politics. They've put out this big new reimagining of what happened between Disney and the state of Florida. I think you're right, Archer Merchant. I think they're trying to recontextualize this for AI and Google to make it seem like Disney came out, toe-to-toe, head-to-head with Florida, but that's not what happened. Disney lost in every single possible way. We've covered it on thatparkplace.com. Highly recommend people go check out the article that I've written over there and find out what happened, where are the lies, and what are they leaving out of the story.
When you say they lost, they are continuing to lose because of the incurred expense of doing business this way instead of the way they were doing it.
Well, imagine if you had a situation, which they did, where you paid taxes to yourself. Who gets the taxes? Now, Disney would argue that they were not actually the cities of Lake Buena Vista and Bay Lake. No. With the 20 residents in the mobile homes that Disney set up in the cul-de-sacs hidden behind tree lines. And I would say, legally, maybe you're right, but you settled because you didn't want to find out what a judge would say. So once the taxes don't go to Disney anymore, and they don't, it's 100 years at least of not being paid taxes to themselves. So all that money now goes to someone else. Siftad. Huge loss. All right, and I also wonder, is Bob Chapek behind the upcoming book, and are they terrified? Kayla out for 5, worth every penny. The Kimmel fizzle. Oh, now that's not a bad idea. Going from Peepaw to Kimmel? If Kimmel's out of there, boy, we're doing one. We will do one.
All right, but can we restrict it to one? I don't want to go through a whole year of Kimmel fizzles.
Oh, come on, Lauren.
You're the one that wants to play them, Lauren. You're the one that's always saying to play them all.
Exactly. What is Lauren, Kimmel kaputzel.
There's a limit to my depravity. I do not like Kimmel. It's like Pedro. I can get past Pedro. I cannot get past Kimmel.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. If Kimmel's gone, then we'll have fun with it.
18 Kimmel sizzle reels.
Call it the Jimmy Shimmy or something. I don't know.
The Jimmy Shimmy, the Kimmel kaputzel.
Have I hurt you, Wizard? If I hurt you, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Do you really
I meant to hurt the audience.
I don't know how the audience feels about that.
I know one thing. I'm just glad you're not a chicken, Wiz. I don't know if you know it, but Lauren despises poultry with a passion that is burning inside of his deepest soul. It's true.
Don't let him say
it's a super spring spritzel. Pedro's big year has Disney dropping. It's a super spring spritzel. Take down Star Wars, Avengers, oh please. They picked the wrong people. Even Bree said, nah, woke is collapsing. Theater snapping. It's a super spring spritzel. Oh, spring spritzel. Switch to Ryan Gosling.
Folks, we will get to the news. We promise. This is one of those special episodes. We will get to the news. Don't go anywhere. We will we'll handle it with the deafness. No, not the deafness. We're smart on this kind of stuff. The daffiness that you've come to expect. And Daffy says Daffy doesn't say thuffer and thuckatash. That's the cat, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll figure out Daffy later.
Despicable, I think, is Daffy.
Despicable. O2RR for 199. Power to the Niners. Congrats. Group sip to celebrate this milestone. All right, I'll do it. Tonight I am drinking from a glass bottle of Coca-Cola Zero. Lauren, what do you got? Water. Boring.
Although you can't
Wiz?
see very well.
Water.
You're both going to outlive me, but still hate you. Ghost, what are you drinking?
water, believe it or not. I'm
Oh,
shocking
come on.
even myself. No,
Oh,
I really
all
am.
right, well, I'll be the bad guy.
That can be
Soda
fixed,
for me.
of course. There's
Here
a
we go.
vast panoply.
All right, that simultaneous sip was much needed, appreciated, and thank you, O2RR. We got Teddy D out there for $4.99. Happy 400th episode pro. Thank you, Teddy, or as we call him, Fitty D. We got Archer Merchant for $2. Also, Kimmel's situation is the final straw, I believe. Wall Street is going to decide.
Archer
This is
Merchant,
second time.
if you haven't learned by now that there's no such thing as a final straw with these idiots, there's always another straw.
But Ghost, hold on a second. Lou, Wall Street has had enough, I believe. And Josh DeMauro, he's a placeholder for Wall Street. He's an avatar for Wall Street, for James P. Gorman, Hugh Johnston. Surely they're going to say, override Dana Walden. Bob Iger's gone. We don't care anymore. He's got to go. He's costing us money. Surely, right?
Surely they should have done that a long time ago if they had any sense.
They had the chance.
So,
They're living with what they created by keeping
as we
him.
say at a certain season in my tribe, why is this night different from all other nights?
Well, that's good. It's a good question. But now you've got FLOTUS joining in. You got the First Lady of the United States calling for Kimmel to be canned. We'll see what happens. And we'll see if he's defiant tonight. Looks like at this rate, we are going to hit the Super Chat goal, folks. Thank you so much. If we do, we'll stay live all the way until Kimmel goes live, and we'll find out, is he going to be defiant? Is he going to come out and make an apology? What will he do? And I really think that it's going to matter this time. Patrick Getaway for $2. Let's celebrate 400 episodes with 10 WDW Pro memberships. Thank you, Patrick. That is so kind.
Please, sir, may I have more pro memberships?
What?
God bless us, everyone!
There we go. And let's see what else we got out here. We got Snarky and his Fudge Dora. Congratulations on 400. Thank you, Snarky. We appreciate you. We've got Mada Nunn. We'll go with that. Member for 18 months. TGP should talk to Craig from Side Scrollers. That gameplay should talk to Craig from Side Scrolls. Well, absolutely. Fantastic. We would love to. And we're big supporters of everything they do. John Maynard for $4.99. Congrats on 400 episodes. Here's to another 400. 4,000, 40,000. Folks, we got no stopping us. We'll keep going and going and going. Francis Hates, member for 31 months. Congrats, Pro. Can't wait to see what you look like. Well, you don't have to wait. You can go check out the Geeks and Gamers MegaCon stream where I appeared live there, right there in person. But I'll be happy to reveal the studio and me in just a few weeks. We've got Don in Florida for $19.99. Congrats. Thank you, Don in Florida. That is so kind of you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being a viewer and sharing your time with us. We've got Parrot Heads for $2 somewhere in Margaritaville. Congratulations. They can't wait until you hit 1,000 shows. Boy, I messed that one up. Let me try it again. Congratulations. Can't wait until you hit 1,000 shows. I hope I get a cheeseburger when that happens. Sharks in the water, but we're not afraid. Mike Burgart for 20. Congrats on 400 excellent episodes. Look forward for more. Mike, that's so kind of you, and we appreciate it. Truly, thank you for being out there and supporting us. Michael Thomas for 5. What's up, Pro and friends? Thanks for the show. Good to go, Pro, on 400 shows. Ladies and gentlemen, we got more than 500 of you joining us right now. We appreciate each and every one. Tell your mamas, tell your daddies, tell your babies and your friends. Get on in here. The water's fine, and we got news to cover. We'll get to it in just a few. Chris Dickerson for 2. Happy 400 Pro Spritzels. Lauren, they want us to play it again. Can't get enough of the spritz.
You're the boss. You do what the audience wants you to do.
You seem to be worried about too much spritz.
I'm worried about too much Kimmel.
Okay. The Kimmel Kaputzel. I got it. You're worried about it. Siani for $4.99. Happy 400th episode. I am celebrating with a Sprite. Well, that's all right. Siani Reese. Oh, with... You got me, Lou. You got me. James All Day for 2. Doesn't Dana Walden make the call to fire Kimmel? Well, she did. And now there's trouble again. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but I called this. I said Kimmel will be uncancelable. He will say things that are atrociously bad. He will force their hand. It didn't take long. How many months has it been? 6 months. Here we are. And then, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. There's a reason they've renamed him Fitty D. Let me bring in a guest real quick, just to enjoy this with us. Andy, can you believe Fitty D showed up and dropped another Fitty? Can you believe it, Andy?
That's dedication. That's true patronage.
Keeping the hamsters on the wheels.
Oh, here we go. It's not the party. It's not the living.
A blindfolded half-court shot that is now the talk of campus and beyond.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Did you see it? Yeah. Is that on tape? Yeah. You are kidding me.
Wow. Wow. Go ahead. I'm going to go back on.
And then Medmutt. Welcome back on. Medmutt for 10. Folks, the super chats, the gifted memberships, they just keep rolling in. We'll have to start the news in a minute, but Medmutt, this one's for you.
Every time a membership is gifted, a content creator gets his wings.
Is that gendered language?
We're not at Magic Kingdom, Dad.
This is one big cultural appropriation, don't you think?
What do you mean? We're just celebrating the Year of Medmutt.
All right, we've got Archer Merchant for 2. To be fair, also if the broadcast license is pulled.
Well,
Yes.
see, that's the issue. Firing him totally, I don't know. But taking him off ABC and putting it on some of the cable stuff obviates the whole license issue.
See, that's what my angle was this morning on the video that went out there and has really taken off. I'm not calling for him to be canceled. I'm not calling for it. We don't play that way. Put him on Hulu. Put him on Disney Plus. Let him keep saying what he wants to say. Right now, the only reason people are listening to Kimmel is because he speaks from the grave of late night that he killed, slaughtered on the altar of politics. So let him go to Disney Plus. That'll be fine.
But the obvious question there is, he's not going to get the same advertising revenue.
Oh, no. Of course not. Of course not.
So,
Nor the
losing
viewership.
money anyway, they're going to lose a lot more.
Yeah, go ahead and lose. RJ, Dr. RJ, that is, member for 3 months. Congratulations on your 400. Thank you, RJ. And it's always great to see you out in the chat. Happy to know you're doing better. James All Day TV for 2. Congrats on 400 episodes. We thank you so much. And then Cecil Simulations, member for 4 months. Oh, wait, hang on. Succotash. 400 episodes. Thank you, Cecil. We've got Medmutt for 10. If there's always another straw, LW Ghost, would it be in bad taste to send Disney that straw that broke the camel's back? The game from the 70s. Happy 400th.
Well, it's all a question of thatching, as far as that straw is
It's always the thatching. Vault Collectibles 6685 for $9.99. Congrats on 400. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Truly, every single one of those 400 has been a joy. Audie W for $4.99. Congrats. I'm so glad I found you a few years back. Love y'all. And the love is going right back to you, Andy. Thank you for being here. What a privilege, what a pleasure to spend time together. Tennille the 10th for 10. Lou, what's different about this night is that the proverbial load continues to grow and causes increasing strain. That saying assumes a degree of normalcy or things that happen in a vacuum.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy that.
Pressure point, right? We're in a pressure point moment where Disney makes a decision. Let me hit the panel real quick. Lauren, does Jimmy Kimmel stay or go 2 weeks? In a 2-week window, not tonight, not tomorrow, but does Jimmy Kimmel leave ABC? Not even Disney, just ABC late night. Stay or go?
Boy, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. I would hope that people are losing patience with his antics. But if there's anything that we've seen, especially after this last attempt, it's that some people, no matter what evidence can be shown, will believe that it was staged. So I don't know what the audience is going to do. Those people that are watching Kimmel are going to continue watching him. And that is the audience that Disney is targeting. So I guess I'm going to say he stays.
Wiz, what say you? Stay or go? 2 weeks, Jimmy Kimmel, just on ABC.
I think he stays. I don't see Disney making a move here, personally.
All right. 2 stays.
Going anywhere.
Andy, what do you say?
He stays. Disney's not at this. They've shown they're not concerned about what their public appearance looks like. They've They've made their bed.
3 stays. Lou, what say you?
If he stays, as opposed to moving to Hulu or wherever, it will be interesting to see what happens next, by which I mean, we remember when people suddenly woke up to the fact that that bundle that they had with their cable included all these other Disney things that they didn't like and started pulling the plug. Well, how about somebody says, oh, ABC wants to keep him? Well, okay, we're all going to boycott not just ABC and their sponsors, but also all their other channels and offerings. And whether that makes a dent or not, we'll see. We'll see.
Can I waver and give a 50-50? I really do think with Bob Iger out of there, it's 50-50 now. And I think we're going to find out where the power is. Does Dana have the power or does Wall Street have the power? Because there's no joy for Wall Street to keep this guy. He's not doing them any good. We'll see. All right, Rachel Sherman is out there, member for 8 months. Surely you can't be serious. Don't call me Shirley.
I am serious.
We've got Samuel Main, member for 28 months. Congratulations on 400 episodes. Thank you, Samuel, and thank you for being such a long-time supporter. We appreciate you. Kaylee out for 5. Disney should play Midnight Madness in place of Kimmel. More viewers and advertising from Mike Fox. Heck, at this point, they could play Quiplash, and yet they'd get more viewers. More people would watch that, tune in, and join in. And finally, Thundercats Litterbox for 5. Congrats on 400. Saw your face on the G&G stream. Although, wasn't expecting blue hair with half of it shaved. And that face tattoo of Minnie Mouse in a bikini. Thundercats, it's all, listen, art is in the eye of the beholder. And Minnie Mouse fits very well right there below my left nostril. We've got Archer Merchant.
Green hair.
Yeah, it just depends on the lighting. Archer Merchant for 2. Kimmel and his wife can join Fictitious Acolyte Season 2. Yeah, I love that the media is still confused by this. They still have no idea that that's just Disney curating a list each day. It has no bearing on ratings whatsoever. And Cherokee Bear for 4. Kimmel goes next year. Happy 400th episode. Thank you, Cherokee Bear. Even if they changed you to Spring 91, we still know who you are. All right, folks. I got to get a sip of water. I got to have a beverage before we hit this next item because we've been going on and on. Andy, I'll bring you right back. 3, 2, 1. Looky there. I promised we made it happen. Yep. All right, folks. While we get just a resettling in to get the wins tonight in the news, please enjoy, a trailer that's coming to you about a movie that I think is going to do quite well, hopefully coming out later this year.
The shadow grows. We must act. The enemy has found the roost. Our arrows are ready, but we need a plan. Then we fly to Mordor. Flock for the plan. By the lines of roost. Take that, you brave. What have they done?
Whisper tales of fire and frost. Shadows rise where the borders are lost. Through the woods where the ancient ones sing, I hear the call of the elder ring. One sword to guide me, one heart to bind me through snow and flame, through night and sky.
You're out in the countryside and you see chicken. Try to look a chicken in the eye with great intensity, and the intensity of stupidity that is looking back at you is just amazing.
It's trending everywhere. Everybody calling for Jimmy Kimmel to be let go of from the Disney company, or at least taken off the air. from the
I love
networks.
this subhead. I'm sorry.
It's
It
all
isn't
good.
Free speech. It's context.
It's a context issue. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to give you the context. They're cooking up, and we're talking about Hollywood. They are back to circling the wagons to save Jimmy Kimmel's keister yet again. Weren't we just here? Is this deja vu all over again? Yogi, here we go. The Hollywood Reporter says this: the latest calls for Jimmy Kimmel's firing are nonsensical. This isn't a free speech issue. It's context issues. Tony Maglio has this one. It says, on the September 15, 2025 episode of ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live, Kimmel made the following quip. Quote, we hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who deleted Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. The joke, as it was called, was Kimmel's observation of far-right Republicans scrambling to distance themselves from the ideologies of Charlie Kirk's deleter. After initial correct, this is the Hollywood Reporter, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Hollywood trade putting this garbage out there. After initial correct assumptions that accused killer Robinson must have disagreed with his target's conservative politics, incorrect reports circulating stating the shooter thought he was not right-wing enough, it was a weird and confusing whirlwind of misinformation or fake news, as the aforementioned MAGA game would probably prefer. At the time of the monologue, both sides of the aisle were still pushing Robinson's agenda away. No! No! This never happened. This was concocted.
I have never, ever heard this before.
This was concocted by a very, very far left influencer, I think on Threads or Blue Sky, who had concocted this. It's out of nothing. There's nobody ever thought, well, I bet the person who took him out really believed him, just wasn't doing enough, that Kirk guy. Nobody in their right mind ever thought this.
I never heard of it till now.
Kimmel's punishment. Kimmel's punishment for jumping to the wrong conclusion was a few nights off the airwaves. The emergence of a newfound adversary in FCC Chair Brendan Carr and a lot of mean tweets directed at the mean tweets guy. Calls for Jimmy Kimmel to be canceled came and went, and so Kimmel went away and came back shortly thereafter. That is not at all what happened. The Walt Disney Company kicked Jimmy Kimmel out. We believe, based on video and photo evidence, that they were actually emptying out the studio, hauling out the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, and then the Hollywood talent agencies told Disney that if they followed through, that they would not provide Disney with directors, writers, celebrities, etc. And Dana Walden, I mean, we know this. They came out and said this stuff. Now, to today, after the faux reframing, the Hollywood Reporter says on Thursday, April 23rd, putting out a faux White House Correspondents' Dinner roast in a faux tux. It wasn't a real tux. I thought it was a real tux. Kimmel said the following to his faux guest of honor. I'm happy you decided to stay, Mr. President. Don't worry if we bruise your ego. It'll only make your hands look less disgusting. It goes on to say it was Trump's thin skin that canceled the real White House Correspondents' Dinner tradition of roasting the President of the United States. Thank you, Hollywood Reporter. We're glad you have that opinion. 48 hours before Perlman was guessing, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Okay, here's what Kimmel said. Quote, look at Melania, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow. It goes on to say it's a joke about the husband's declining health. No, this is, I am so sick of the way they do this. Nobody believes this. Who believes this? Does anyone believe this? It doesn't matter if you believe it because the celebrities are stacking up. They're lining up to defend Jimmy Kimmel. NBC News says Jane Fonda's free speech group urges ABC to resist Trump's demand to fire Jimmy Kimmel. By the way, Melania Trump is now calling for Jimmy Kimmel to be let go. We're calling for him to be removed from the airwaves of ABC. He can go to Hulu. He can go to Disney Plus. But this is too much. And I think that I think the Wall Street cats at Disney, they're going to have to decide what the mouse is going to be up to. Wiz, I want to go to you first on this one. What do you think about the Hollywood Reporter and the Hollywood trades trying to reframe everything about this? And it is just lie after lie after lie. I don't know if they're trying to trick AI and Google or what they're up to, but no sane person believes any of this.
This is a fascinating situation. I can't believe we're here, especially after the controversy we had with Jimmy Kimmel not that long ago. This is too soon for another Kimmel controversy. But this is Kimmel. He thinks he's immune now because he went through the controversy and, he came out on the other end unscathed. In fact, he was more powerful, so powerful that he was then the comedian at the correspondence dinner. So he's growing in power, not in ratings, but power, which is, we put the bunny quotes on that. No, this is absolutely, it's actually a terrifying moment. Whether he stays or goes, whatever happens next with him, we now have in our American culture, the comedian can crack jokes at very large national events about the death of the president. Like that is now in our culture. We have leveled up in depravity, really declined into depravity, in another layer of depravity in our culture. That's really where I want to focus on, because I think he's not going to go anywhere. Disney's going to keep him on the airwaves. I hope I'm wrong, but I hope there is some kind of comeuppance for this, but I don't think there will be. Because, it's just free speech, so we're allowed to... Wiz,
are they going to do this? Are they going to do this until... this is attempt number 3. Are they going to do this until it works? And then Kimmel's going to come on the air after the deletion of the leader of the free world, and Kimmel's going to say, I didn't mean that. I was just joking. But you mean you went too far. Is that what we're going to do?
What's crazy is what you're making fun of is there, to be clear for everybody watching... He cracked jokes about Charlie Kirk's assassination. And then a couple days later, he's on there sobbing that that's not what he meant. Really? Because it's pretty clear what you meant. Right. It's pretty clear what you mean now, too. And he should be held accountable, but it shouldn't be a matter of Disney holding him accountable. You know who it should be? His viewers.
He doesn't have viewers. He doesn't have viewers.
Should be holding him accountable by no longer watching his show. We need to take responsibility as Americans, right? As the people who consume this content, it is up to us now. Because if Disney does it, well, then poo-poo, everybody's going to nay on Disney for being the ones to cancel. Oh my gosh, this is suppression of free speech, which is you're giving them what they want, which would be more social power. Viewers need to cancel him by stopping to watch his show. That should be the new form of cancellation.
Well, wait, one step further. Viewers need to stop patronizing his advertisers and let them know why. I just looked it up. The major partners of Jimmy Kimmel Live are JCPenney, Culligan, Skechers, and Instacart. Other frequent advertisers and sponsors include Allstate, McDonald's, Starbucks, Kit Kat, Venmo, Smirnoff, and AT&T. Do any of those brands have competitors that you could go to instead? They sure as hell do.
Let me just point this out. We've got the ratings for ABC, NBC, and CBS, the late shows, all the way back to 2003. If you look at where Kimmel is, and you look at where the late shows were, let's go back to 2003, okay? In 2003, they were averaging 5.9 million viewers on The Tonight Show, and basically 4 million viewers on The Late Show CBS, okay? Today, Jimmy Kimmel is on a little bit of an upswing this year, although you can see he's been down in the depths of despair, but he's on the upswing right now with 2.5. 2.5. All this, he's supposedly the darling of the left, and he is now the mouthpiece. He is now the avatar who speaks against the orange man. He's nothing compared to this. If we go back to the 90s, Letterman and Leno were pulling 12 million viewers. If we go back to Carson, he was pulling 20 million. This guy is getting 2.5. And if you go up here, look at the headline. This is 15 hours ago. This is what Hollywood's trying to save. With Colbert's exit, says the late nighter. With Colbert's exit, Kimmel is poised to finally take the 11:35 ratings lead. Not the 11:34, not the 11:36, the 11:35. Why? Why do they put it this way? Because Gutfeld beats him every single
tell
night.
You what's going to be real. When does the comedy replacement for Colbert come in?
It's June, I think.
Yeah,
I think his last month is May.
When that happens, let's see what that does to all these other guys. Where people say, I'm tired. It's been a long day. I just want a good laugh, not all of this chuffa. That's going to kick them all in the pants. It just has to.
Well, let me show you how far they'll go, okay? With the Hollywood Reporter. I'm going to go back there for a minute. This is in that same article. We're not bouncing around too much. Same article. Hollywood Reporter, they're supposed to report on celebrities, celebrity gossip, box office, movies, director scoops, yada, yada, yada. Okay? This is the Hollywood Reporter. This is the link they will go to protect Jimmy Kimmel. Quote, earlier this month, Dr. Vin Gupta, the senior medical examiner for MS Now, well, la-di-da, said, quote, the President Trump is exhibiting all the signs of dementia. In January, Professor Bruce Davidson of Washington State University's Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine said he believes Trump had a stroke. Kimmel's expectant widow joke was not a nice joke. Most aren't. But according to the Hollywood Reporter, it says, show me the lie.
Oh, jeez.
Lauren, Andy, hop in here. This is how far down they'll go to protect Kimmel. There is no basement for their morality.
Didn't we just have a president who was, by all metrics, in severe mental decline? And I didn't hear these same people say anything about that.
Andy, so Biden just had a meeting like last week. He was on a ceremony. They don't bring him out very much, but he was on stage. There was an African-American skinny male, and he thought that man was Barack Obama. And in front of the entire audience, this was the guy who was running for re-election. We're a year removed from him being in office. He thought the skinny African-American man, the skinny black man, who is not Barack Obama, was Barack Obama. You're right, Andy. They have no scruples. They will say anything.
Yeah, I think that there's a problem in the country with just a basic morality. There are some people that get it. There's some people that don't. We see it in the social media that people post with the most vile behaviors as if there's no shame whatsoever. It used to be if you got caught doing something despicable, there would be some kind of social price to pay for it. And I think it's infected into the people that make the content with ABC and Disney. Look, we've seen it. Look how much the writers identify with the villains, the Maleficent. I mean, Jesus, they went and did this thing with Cruella de Vil. Here's a woman who kills puppies, and you want to make her sympathetic. I mean,
Yep. Misunderstood, Andy. She's misunderstood.
yeah, I'm sure a man drove her to it. They were all male puppies.
Maybe in the live action drag version, they'll have Dr. Fauci play her.
Good. Well, let me tell you, once you find out about some of those experiments, it makes you say,
That's what I mean. Yeah.
oh, I know what you're talking about. We can't even describe what Fauci was up to.
Why I didn't.
But folks, one more time, I got to go back to the article because you have to see how depraved they are. The fact that anybody allowed this to be published on a Hollywood trade outlet, the Hollywood Reporter. Here you go. You ready? Here's the defense for them. And this is the giveaway. At the end of the article, after all of this, what are they going to say? They're going to say, this would be wrong. This would be evil. Except, well, it's the orange man, so all bets are off. Have at it. It says, quote, the entire Democrat Party, which, why in the world is the Hollywood Reporter talking about this? Don't know. Here we go. It says, quote, the entire Democrat Party has made their pitch to voters across the country that Donald Trump poses an existential threat to democracy. Geez, Louise, what are we like? 9-10 years into Donald Trump being a political figure and democracy still's here. Can't believe it. Poses an existential threat to democracy that he is a fascist. They compare him to the worst guy maybe of the last century. There were some pretty bad guys, but he gives Pot a run for his money. Stalin tries to, but
The guys from World War XI.
Yeah, you got it. Adolf himself. Levitt said at a press conference, these are despicable statements that the American people have been consuming for years. And so many mentally perturbed individuals are led to believe these words are truth and then are inspired to take act on it. Now, I'm going to add here that if you look at the manifesto that we will not put on the screen, and we're not going to say the guy's name, but the guy who tried to do what he did, the third attempt at the correspondence dinner, folks, listen to this. You need to know this. Take this. Talk about it with others. If you look at that guy's manifesto, it reads like a Jimmy Kimmel script. He believes what Jimmy Kimmel jokes about. He believes the talking points. So I agree with Caroline Levitt. And here's what THR says as they summarize this. For the orthodoxy, for the Hollyweirds, Levitt's and others is the most logical argument to my argument. Repeated hateful speech by powerful people can lead to real world consequences. And it can, and it does, and it will. And then they wrap it up with this. And it might be a fair one, too, if it came from anywhere but the Trump White House. Lauren, this is Hollywood declaring full-blown war for Trump. I think at this point, you can say that article from THR, they will do anything, they will say anything. There are no means unjustified for removing the orange man.
Yeah, there's a number of problems that we're facing here. And I think one of them is that we have, by and large, self-selected into our individual camps. But a bigger one, when you think about this individual who was carrying this out, he's 31 years old, right? And he's a school teacher. And there is a particular ideology that tends to run through the teachers' unions that is overwhelmingly for one side. But I'm more interested in his age. Trump first became president in 2016 when this guy was 21. You know, we're talking about a guy for a full third of his life has heard nothing but this, when admittedly his brain still would have been developing, is still sufficiently plastic that he is not fully yet matured. And when you have an entire ideology that has told their constituents that words are violence, and that victimhood confers a special status, of course they're going to try to preserve that as long as they can, because those are the people that are supporting them. So if you can swallow the argument that if somebody says something that hurts my feelings, and that means that they have attacked me, and that confers a special privilege upon me to have this grievance and then to enact vengeance, that's what you got to feed to keep those people in your camp, because you're not giving them anything else. So I think we have, in addition to the normal political divisions that we have, we're going to have a generational deprogramming that is going to be required to reintegrate these people into some form of reality.
I don't know how we do it. I think we've bifurcated to the point now. There are two realities that people are living in, two completely different realities. I think part of this came from, former President Obama was treated as a quasi-religious figure, sort of a messianic figure. And I think that people bought into that as sort of a mythical belief system, which when politics goes into that arena, it's metastasized into an inappropriate area. And then I believe that when Trump came in, Trump was seen as the satanic figure going up against the messianic Obama. And that it's created the situation where politics is no longer in its proper domain. It's escaped the proper domain. And we're now in some bizarro world where people treat this like angels and demons, as opposed to these are all flawed humans trying to, rise to the top of a flawed organization that is government.
There's another point that I think is important, and that is the level of indoctrination that we're talking about. The only other place that I can think of that has something similar is North Korea. Now, the difference here is that in North Korea, there is grinding absolute destitution and poverty, whereas here we have overwhelming wealth compared to the rest of the world. And it's interesting to me that those kinds of ideologies can be supported and spread in an area where you either have it way too bad or way too good. And in our society, we have things so good that we have a luxury of having all of these things to be offended and upset about. But it detethers you from what actual existence is. Existence involves hardship and learning how to deal with it when it comes. If you're going to allow yourself to feel that words are threats, that's the way a child thinks.
Okay, wait, hold on, Lauren. And I don't mean to interrupt you, but think about this. Okay, let's take that another step. Let's say that I'm a person who is sitting at home and I'm not doing well. I'm not going places in life, and I need excuses for that because I'm supposed to be the main character in the story, right? So mom and dad aren't happy with me. I'm not succeeding in college, or if I am, I haven't found my job, and God knows that society has not given me the best hand when it comes to dealing with, the age of AI and all this sort of stuff. And the gender studies degree turns out isn't a real great thing for me, and the debt's crushing me, and blah, 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 blah. All right, if I'm a total mess, there's at least one thing I could do for instant virtue, and that is I could watch Jimmy Kimmel and I could rage at the Orange Man for all the problems. And that seems to be the answer. Like, Hollywood is collapsing. Let's all jump on board that one, right? Let's just join in with the new grad SJW movement. And by golly, if I can't fix anything, if I can't help the poor, if I can't, save the kids, if I can't even make up my own hair and make my own bed, by golly, I can say the Orange Man is evil and it's all his fault. And boom, I land in the virtue crowd.
This is why their brand of virtue is purely performative. If you really want to change the world, it's actually going to involve some hard personal work instead of some imaginary, I have made a statement that people are paying attention and therefore I am changing theoretical hearts and minds of people who will eventually change their behavior to make things better. Therefore, I am a saint. That's their version of virtue. And I think we need to get back to actually, if you want to have virtue, do something using your own hands, your own resources to make the world better in a small way. The advantage of that is that small works tend to cascade, whereas theoretical large works are largely theoretical.
Right. If your virtue has no payment involved, if there is no cost whatsoever to you, chances are it's not a virtue. It's just your own vapid narcissism. And that's the problem with Hollywood. That's why they're trying to save Jimmy Kimmel. That's why they put out these stupid headlines about, he said it, and when Colbert steps down, he'll be number one in the 1135. Give me a break. I'm going to be number one in the 1137. I'm going live from now on at 1137 just so I can say, I too am number one. Well, folks, I think we know how we got to 400 episodes. That was a fun one, guys. What a way to kick it off. 750 of you joining us for it. Ghost, what do you got to say on that one?
There's an old adage that goes like this. I think it was, what's the guy in the Ninja Turtles? The older, I think he
Splinter.
said,
Splinter.
It is easy to become number one if your content is number two.
I made a funny.
Cowabunga.
There you
Anyway.
go. Anywho, folks, let's get back to the super chats. The superstars are you. And on the goal tonight, we're 25 out of 50. We're halfway there. Let's go. We've got Daily Dose from Deborah for $4.99. Happy 400 and congratulations. Thank you so much and appreciate you. We've got K.A. Noels for 333. First time I've seen a 333, but I like it. Will Josh use Kimmel as an excuse to fire Dana?
No.
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? But no, it's not going to happen. There is almost nothing that Wall Street would allow in terms of turnover at the top of Disney right now because it would indicate turmoil in the transition. So Dana's staying, Josh is staying. Yeah, if it was going to be.
Yeah.
Josh tries to fire Kimmel and the entire company, walks out. Could be. Can you imagine if he? Okay, so let's play that out. Let's theory that. If Josh tomorrow fires Kimmel, then and you all don't think that's going to happen. I've already asked the panel about this. We've already queried it, but you guys don't believe it. But let's go there. If he did, we would know if Josh tomorrow is going to stay or go based on whether or not there were walkouts and protests all over the company. If Wall Street said you walk out and you're fired, we'd know they love Josh tomorrow. If he fired Kimmel and all of a sudden the protests start up, we'd say he's going to go down the Chapek route. He's weak. He doesn't have it.
Yep.
Caitlin,
even
go
further
ahead.
than that, there was just real quick. It was the last time there was all the rumors coming out about the last time Kimmel had problems. This is still with Bob Iger though, of how they were afraid of losing that audience because they've catered to that audience for so much. They don't want to lose those people. They're not going to let Kimmel go now.
Yeah, listen, I think, and he's on a 1 year, right? So maybe they ride it out. I still think it's 50-50 because I don't think the story's over yet. Folks, if we hit the super chat goal, we'll stay live and find out what Kimmel does tonight. If he performs poorly, if he comes out and he's defiant, I think that's going to be a bad look.
What if he starts crying again?
He probably could. I mean, we could literally read what he said in regards to Charlie Kirk. We could read that again and change that out. And I guarantee you, it's the same exact thing, right? It's the same exact thing. Just switch it out with, I never meant for anybody to harm the president. I didn't, blah, 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 blah.
I don't think he addresses it at all. I think he just goes right on past it.
Maybe.
Or he talks about firearm violence in the country.
I don't. Well, that I think might happen. I don't think that he'll turn on the tears. He'll only do that if they take him off the air again. I think he's going to want to come out defiant, and he's going to look like, see what Melania is doing. This is government influence. See, they're trying to censor me. Look at how awful these people are.
My channel is under attack.
Yes, I think that's exactly what he does.
All right, let's play it out, okay? After he was axed and then brought back based on Hollywood's stated intentions to boycott Disney if they didn't bring him back, when he returned, this was his quote. "You understand it was never my intention." He said this one crying. "You understand," with no tears. "You understand, it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it." Right? Okay, that was his quote. So he can come out tonight and say, "You understand, it was never my intention to make light of the third attempted deletion of the President of the United States, who I hate with an unending passion and believe to be the mortal embodiment of Satan. I don't think there's anything funny about it." Same quote. Same way to do it. Will he do it? I don't think so. Caitlin for $2.99. Congratulations on 400 amazing episodes. Thank you so much, Caitlin, and appreciate you. Metalcore Breakdown for $1.99. Boycott Disney if JK stays. Like, seriously, enough. Jimmy Kimmel, the new JK, not rallying. We've got Albertus Magnus for $1.99. Power to the Niners. Dims be mendacious. It's what makes them Dims. Mendacious. Word of the day, folks. Mendacious. Lauren, are you familiar with mendacious? Do you know that one?
Absolutely. I've seen Cat on the Hot Tin Roof.
All right. Mendacious.
What's today's secret word?
We've got Packing Protons for 2. Happy 400. Thank you, Packing Protons. Couldn't have done it without you. Detailed Devil for $1.99. Anime of the Year, Rooster Fighter. K Croc versus Demon Kaiju. That's as close as I can get for you on that one. Tennille the 10th for $5. Well, I'm convinced. After all, that petition of 4,000 celebrities stopped the Warner Brothers acquisition. Oh. Their whining is loud, but impotent. Sometimes you got to get down to get up.
Just like me.
Whoa, easy, Lorne, easy. Lorne, let's not overshare here, buddy. Bookstore Thor, member for 13 months. Congrats on 400. Now to infinity and beyond. Lorne, you gotta rise up to the occasion, okay? DL Racer for 10. The whole purpose of Snouts was showing how depraved the people were manipulated and turned against each other. And through comedy and example by their dogs, they break free from the spell. DL Racer is out there pitching a big story for a future film. DL Racer, we wish you great luck on that. And keep working on getting Snouts out there. Way to go. Detailed Devil for $1.99. Botan blossoms when drunk anime. Badness or bad arsery. Arsery, I can say that, right? That'll give me, yeah, I'm okay.
Bothan, like Bothan.
Bothan? Many Bothans died for this?
I saw Bothan and I was like, Bothans?
Darn you and your Bothany. Metalcore Breakdown for $1.99. How will JK, Jimmy Kimmel, respond tonight? Also happy 400. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Archer Merchant for $5. Hollywood quickly swept the Swalwell galas and donations under the rug. That was Jimmy Kimmel's guy, right? They're still pissified they lost money. Now, old Obama people saying Kimmel apologize. So I think it's interesting that Kimmel has no scruples to the point that Swalwell can do what he did. And Kimmel had him on a show over and over. I think Swalwell announced his run for governor on Kimmel's show. Kimmel says nothing. That's how you know.
Did. Yes, he did.
Oh, did he? He announced his candidacy, right? Or are you talking about, did Kimmel respond to it?
Well, obviously he had him on there to do it, so he was in favor.
Oh, I got you. What I was saying is Kimmel hasn't responded to him stepping down.
Since.
And
No.
Yeah. Snarky out there with the Fudge Dora for $4.99. The perp's perspective based on his litany of education he received speaks volumes for the garbage the universities are. Highly indoctrinated. Thank you, Snarky. We've got Kaylee for $5. To rescue people, you need to remove cell phones and social media. Have to do it hard and cold turkey. Well, you'll never remove the phones from some of those people's hands. I'm going to tell you right now. They will go down before they let go of the phone. Now, they got to be on the Instagrammies. They got to be on the TikTokies. They're going to be a star. Albertus Magnus for $1.99. It's not virtue. It's vanity. It's always vanity. We've got Archer Merchant for 2. If they fire him, they fire his head writer, his wife. She's not just his head writer. She's the producer of the show. Nepotism, thy name is Kimmel. Snarky's out there for 199, Power to the Niners, life in federal prison without parole, no less. For whom? Or is it for who? I don't remember now. And then Kalioth 45, Pro. Did we get Soundwave yet to replace Optimus Prime and that thumb, or still in the clearance process? Kimmel is Starscream asking Trump, is that you? Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, folks, we're going to dive into the next news item, and it turns out that without a doubt, you're actually rocking Hollywood. They don't know what to do about you because you just won't listen. Darn it, you're defiant. And you're riding high now on the new content that's coming up and on the way. Before we do that, though, folks, I do want to say that there is a good cause out there, and I'd like to bring it to your attention right now. Folks, if you are someone who follows Drew the Disney Dude on X, you may have seen that Drew is going through a hard time. His family is. Drew has lost his father all of a sudden, and they were not expecting this, and due to heart disease. And so there has been a GoFundMe created to try to help Drew through this kind of a situation. I think that his father may have been a great supporter, not only in terms of family, but also financially of what Drew is up to, building his own platform and building his own career. And he does try to tell the truth when it comes to Disney. He's one of the few out there who will do that. Not everybody agrees with his opinions all the time, but nobody does. You don't even agree with your own opinions all the time. Neither do I. We always second guess ourselves. If you can get out there and support Drew, folks, we want to put this out there and let you see that this is something that's happening, something we can do good in this world through. So we're wishing Drew the best. Thoughts and prayers, definitely. But if you can throw a financial assist, it would be great and kind of you. Folks, if we can get the link out there, actually, I'll go ahead and do it just so we can. It's always a bother to try to get it out there. GoFundMe links are too long. They won't be supported by YouTube, and then we have to go in and manually adjust them. Let me see if I can do it. All right, it's out there in the chat, folks. You can now click on that and go support Drew. We would love it. All right, before we go to the next item, folks, you may have seen this at the beginning of the show, but we'll say it one more time. Next Friday at 9 p.m., we are going to be doing a charity stream, raising money. I'll let you know who it's for very soon. It is for a family definitely in need, but we're going to be raising money in a charity stream and also trying to finally earn not wings, but legs for the little trollish one.
I grew up through wars, poverty, and my life's falling apart. But Wilton's life, well, he's never really lived. He needs legs.
Hi, Wilton the Troll doesn't have any legs, and I feel so bad for him. I'm really excited to help. I'm emptying my piggy bank and giving all my birthday money so he can get better.
Wilton is precious. He said I remind him of his mom.
I really like Wilton the Troll, so I'm going to empty my piggy bank and my education account to help him. Wilton needs legs more than I need college right now.
I'm honestly just sad for Wilton. He was born with no legs. And me, I got this wheelchair.
I've dealt with my own challenges, so when I heard about him, I knew I had to step up.
Wilton told me he could help me with my computer because I remind him of his mom. But then I did something wrong and it completely broke my computer, so I'm emptying my savings account to help him instead.
Wilton, you're my favorite troll now.
I'm donating because Wilton deserves to feel like he's not alone.
He needs our help.
He's going to be so happy.
He also told me I was pretty. And I like that too.
Do it live!
Jonas!
I was
Nice.
told this was a joyous experience, and now here I am with you.
And we could snuggle.
No. I was told we were doing a Star Wars thing. I was told there would be smuggling.
I was told that there'd be snuggling, and that was far more comfortable.
Lauren, welcome to the show.
Hi, Lauren.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I tried to put Jonas in here and lock him in. How did he get out of here?
I brought him back too. It's like there's only one place that Wilton can smuggle objects, and you don't want to find it.
Apparently, you've seen the Shank Crate commercial.
He
That's
has
right.
no legs. There's a cavernous hole there. There's There's an entire hand inside of there right now. I just have to point that out.
Speaking of where the smuggling happens.
The crab people shall finally reign supreme.
Crab people, crab people.
Okay, so tell me, you guys actually haven't seen the Shank Crate loot box?
Shank Crate loot box? No, not. I
Canadian thing.
I haven't gone to prison, so I'm not familiar with what's up with Shank.
Yeah, that sounds suspiciously Shawshankish.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Yeah.
Jonas, I want to say welcome. You are seldom seen on the late night scene here on the Pro Show. And Jonas, I also need to apologize. Because Jonas, I didn't tell you that I was going to bring you in with just Wilton, but it also was less painful for the rest of us.
Well, when you're told that it's mandatory or you're fired, what can one say?
Yeah.
I did do and say horrible, regrettable things.
Speaking of which, yeah.
You know how often I get to stream with Andy Masterson? It's like never. So I'm actually really glad that I'm here.
Puts a smile on your face, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like Andy a lot.
Andy is a great, great guy. Speaking of that, Wilton, let's go to the opposite of that. You are not a great, great guy. I'm not even sure you're technically a guy. Wilton, next week, Friday, at 9 p.m. Eastern, you are going to be hosting a legacy charity stream. Wilton, what horrors and awfulness do you have prepared for those who are on the panel with you, including probably Marvin?
Oh, I'm hoping Marvin's there. In fact, I think that we will be doing a stream about public household objects that could... Public and household objects, just to clarify, not public household objects, but public and household objects that maybe positively, inquisitively could maybe stir up some problems and uncover the truth of the mystery.
What?
I have no idea. That was English words, but
it's vague. It's vague. I'm trying to be.
Just think, the mind behind this leads people in the gospel every Sunday.
There's a pastor somewhere there.
You have to understand the depravity of the mind in order to clearly convey the truth of the Bible. Okay.
You say that with a tiny golden Buddha behind you.
It's Elon Musk.
That is Elon
Buddha. It's an Elon.
That is
Buddha.
not Elon.
No, it actually is. That was done with that's Elon's face right
Bring
there.
it up to the camera.
He can't.
Why do you have so many Colgates?
Why wouldn't you have
two
so many
fangs.
Colgates?
Yeah, it's a great point.
I got teeth up here.
Have you seen what he eats?
Those are chiclets. You shove chiclets in your gums and pretend that they're that's teeth.
Which is still impressive. Okay, he's got a fake beard. I'm talking about Lauren, not fake wizard. We know he can't grow hair.
All right. Jonas, can we keep you for one segment? I think you're going to enjoy this segment.
Sure. Are we talking about something joyous that's happened on network television?
No.
He's so convinced. He's so convinced this is going to be a good time.
Wilton, can we not keep you for one segment? Could we switch to Steve since we love him and, well, you're here.
What are you saying?
I don't want to make you cry, but we want Steve. Look at that. He thought I was going to give him longer. Like he's got a little empty chair. He's trying to move out. Oh, he gave up.
You're a jerk.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
All right, let's hit some super chats while we've got time. Here we go. We'll buy some time for Steve. Gilliam the second is out there for $20. My, oh my. Thank you, Gilliam. That's so kind. Happy 400 Pro. Thank you so much. We'll click the button. Steve, you'll be back in just a second. Jonas, you too. You know what? They'll be back, okay? Gilliam, we had to play this to say thank you. Now, I've never checked to see if it works in reverse. I'm going to click the button back again. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, they did, but they didn't go to the right places, but they came back.
It's okay. I feel more natural.
Rack.
You're making me look this way, and I'd look this way.
I'm sorry. Here.
I mean, technically,
Here.
if you switch me,
No. First world problems. There you go, buddy. You feel better?
I actually do, just because
it's like a ramp going downward.
It is. Could you zoom out a little bit, please? You're very close. It's too close.
Thanks.
Could you?
I fill the frame naturally. Okay.
Slide your chair back.
Zoom out a little bit more.
Yeah, slide back.
Like
you wanted the spot, man. You wanted the spot. We had it. Listen, we had the whole thing balanced. It looked great.
You want me to be like Lauren and be like all the way down here? It's just like.
Actually, that's really good.
Shut up.
Could you stay there? Go back, you foul beast. You'll stay where it was balanced in the first place. All right. Thank you, Gilliam.
My rule to make fun of Wilton, not to make fun of Steve. I just kept going there.
Tony Piacenti for $5. Congrats on 400 episodes pro. Thank you, Tony. We appreciate you. We never cut people off. We always want to say thank you. But at this time, ladies and gentlemen, you see the look on Lauren's face. Look at this guy. Lauren is very impressed. Wiz is determined, astute, determined. Andy Masterson feels the electricity in the air. And Steve is a little bit blurry because he's in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen.
Just resolute.
Not just resolute. Staccato DDS.
Whoa.
Has just sent in the largest super chat in the history of the channel. Jonas, I don't think we've ever had, we've done a 200, I think we've done a 300. We have never had a $400 super chat on the 400th episode. Staccato. This truly keeps the hamsters moving, that keeps the juices flowing.
We'll get new hamsters.
He's showing appreciation for how we tell the truth.
I think we really need to thank Mrs. O'Grady. It was her double root canal that paid for this.
I had to cut from it that the joke about we tell the tooth, Lauren. That was rough, man.
I don't know where you are, Staccato, but I will be glad to pass out as many Jolly Ranchers as I can in those neighborhoods.
We will fill the children's heads with every cavity imaginable. You just tell us, where do we go and where do we pass out the taffy? We are all about it. Thank you, Staccato. Staccato, at this point, you could pretty much ask for any clip you want and we would play it. How's this? Not sure if I should play the sizzle because I don't know if Staccato likes the sizzle or not.
I don't think Staccato likes the sizzle.
Okay.
He loves it.
Okay, we're going to remove Jonas for a minute. So he's got an opinion. I'm not sure about it, but I do know about this. I do know this one will work. Hey, clip, play. I told you to play.
Oh, Joe Miller, you just found the marble in the oatmeal. You're a lucky, lucky, lucky little boy, because you know why? You get to drink from the fire hose! Okay, you ready? Yeah! Open wide!
All right, let's try it again. I'm going to click the button. Let's see if Steve drops down in the wrong slot again.
I do.
Steve, why are you obsessed with dropping into the wrong slot? What?
That's a rather personal question, don't you think?
What are you talking about? Steve, every time...
Thank you, Lou, for that very soft answer.
No, every time Steve comes back again, he drops to the wrong slot.
Oh, my goodness.
This is not...
Good night, everybody.
This is... You have got to be kidding me.
It's because the line was crossed.
Jonas, what am I saying wrong? Okay, fine.
If I explain it, that makes it worse.
I won't say it again. I won't say it again, okay? How about this? How about this? Steve drops down low when I don't want him to go there.
Why are we talking about this?
What are we doing?
I'm like,
everyone turning.
What are we doing?
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
No!
Now, ascend, my son.
To
All right, folks.
the conscience. What? Sorry.
While
Jonas is purifying his heart.
folks, while we were playing that clip, Jonas explained to me what these things meant. I did not. I feel like that laundromat thing that Valiant plays. I did not know. I did not know.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, for a
Now
guy
you
who's
do.
done 400 of these, you're pretty damned innocent sometimes.
We need rest. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
Staccato, we want to say thank you one more time. We so much appreciate this. Thank you for keeping the gigawatts flowing right here, Staccato. You rock. Really and truly. All right, Starkey for 199, attempted deleter. Hey, we know how to get around the YouTubes, right? Paul 12,000, member for 17 months. 17 months of actual membership, 3 years of following. Thank you, Paul, and it's great to play with you on that game place. Barry the Music Man for 2, Wilton rules, Marvin drools.
It's beautiful.
Kick him while he's not here. Yeah, that's good.
Patrick, in a way, member for 5 months. Sadly, we must acknowledge Wilton's contributions to the Pro Show. By the way, you all have decided, it's not even close, that Wiz gets the next emoji. So come Wednesday, we'll call it Wiz Day. Wait, hang on.
Wiz Day.
Hang on a second. Jonas is telling me in my headset in the back chat I cannot say that also is a fit.
I mean, Wiz Day is better than Hump Day, so.
It's true.
Sometimes they happen all at once.
Oh, boy. Not at the... Never mind. Paul 12,000 for 2, Secret Tunnel Raid. Welcome to the show, Wilton. He's not here. He's gone. We killed him.
Is there a channel called Secret Tunnel?
Fudge Dora for 199. That was the biggest bull hug of dog poop ever. You.
I feel like Secret Tunnel would actually be far more memorable than Floor Footer or Rock.
That's a song from
Avatar.
Avatar, isn't it? Because my kids were singing it, and I was like, "Are we singing?" And it was little kid voices, so it sounded like Cigarette Tunnel, which I always thought that it was like a into a prison or something, you know.
Cigarette Tunnel.
Michael Cooley for 2. I was hoping Wilton would pop out of a cake.
No
That's
legs.
not over.
It was only one time, and it was for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Packing Protoss for 5. Guys, I'm working on a politician brain level. What number is this? That would be an incorrect use of Roman numerals to form 8. I know the first 2 are 11.
I know 3 because
I know which
before.
politician's brain you're working on.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It is 3. Yep.
Did you all see the story where Elon Omar called it World War 11?
If it was IIX, it would have been 8. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Tricky
and
little.
I think she did that press conference when she just got out of the shower. She forgot to take the towel off of her.
Who are you talking about?
Elon Omar referred in a,
it's harder
in a
for some of our
public
female
news
politicians.
conference to World
Jonas.
War 11.
Jonas, of all the offensive things I've said, you just said that Ilhan Omar was wearing
It's better if you repeat it. Yes, that makes it much better.
Jonas. Jonas, I
That
can't.
joke
believe-
might get you turbanned from the channel.
Yeah,
Better
we're out
Jonas
of here.
purify that heart again.
He's bringing out his explosive takes.
I'm telling you, John Maynard for 499. He is going to be smuggled. We can't say that again if he doesn't accept snuggling from Wilton.
I'd rather be smuggled.
Black Jonas for 199. Jonas, you must read it.
Hadley ho, happy 400th Proino.
Can you do it as Ned Flanders? I think it's supposed to be in the tune of Ned Flanders.
I don't think I have a good Ned Flanders, honestly. There's some falsetto there.
Shut up, Flanders, and read it.
Trying to think.
Look at me. I'm Flanders. Look at me. I'm Flanders. I can't read the super chat like Flanders because I'm just so cool. I'm just stupid Flanders.
I'm trying to think. What can I could probably do Lou. I could maybe I could do Mayor
Do a poo.
Quimby.
Do a poo because you're
Idly
not in the
ho,
mood
happy
tonight.
400th Proino. My favorite of the Chief Quimby's, by the way, is Ralph says, "I'm so scared I can't wet my pants," and he says, just relax and it'll come.
Smithers, release the hounds. This man has no humor. Packy Protons for 5. Wilton is not a real troll until he has a pet. Sparrow is taken, so use something else. What would Wilton have as a pet? He's got Jose and that little
Fish.
alien.
It's true.
Fish.
A dead fish.
A dead goldfish.
He seems like a
dead
ferret
goldfish
kind of guy.
We've got Eric Stratton out there for 20. We roast a lot on chat, but this is not kidding, I think. Jonas was a great friend to Jay tonight on a night he needed friends. Jonas, I tip my cap. Jonas, what have you been doing? What happened here?
I was on the Monday Hangover. I was asked to watch a 3.5-hour movie in black and white and in Japanese. And I thought, wow, what a bore that would be. But the movie was Seven Samurai, so it was awesome. So we streamed about it tonight. It was a good stream. Very generous people in the chat, including Eric Stratton. So, Jay's at risk of losing his final channel. So we need to support him while we can. Andy, are you tapping your 9-line shirt there? Is that a Jay shirt there as well?
Well, it's a 9-line. I think it's got the American flag on it. But my puppy keeps trying to climb up in my lap.
So I thought you were like trying to signal about the shirt. I do.
Once we've announced a doggo's got to be on the screen. Got to see it.
Yeah.
Folks, it's a doggo. Andy, for those who don't know, what's the puppy's name?
Colby.
Colby is a cool pup. Look at Colby. How old is Colby?
Colby is 1 year and 3 months old.
Oh, we're just getting started. Just having fun. All right, folks, continue right along. Jonas, thanks for being good to Jay, and we're gonna do some things behind the scene, hopefully real soon too. Blind for 2, congrats on 400 Pro. Thank you so much. And Staccato, we got to put it back on the screen, man. 400. That's crazy. We would have never expected that. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. As we are now tipping closer and closer to 800, viewing us across the Tickety Talks, the Instagrammies, the GeoCities, and everywhere else you might be, not just YouTube. Thank you, everyone. Detailed Devil member for 4 months. Score squared episodes and 100 million views ago. Pro-conceived. The Pro Show, of course. Packy Protons member for 34 months. Steve Smile is scaring me. No, that's totally normal. He often spasms that way. He's locked in. He's ready to go. John Maynard for $9.99. Wasn't the Legal Defense Fund near that? Near the oven?
I think he's talking about the 400.
There were a lot of gifts given at that point. I don't think we topped 400, though. I think 400. Jonas, do you remember?
Which are we talking about? The
I think when Black Girl
situation.
Yeah, when they came at us and then found out we had Ron Coleman and they skedaddled.
Well, I think that we hadn't yet gotten to the point of the Legal Defense Fund on that one yet.
Yeah, I don't think we did do okay. So when we were demonetized for 48 hours,
that was the Valiant Renegade Ron Coleman Legal Defense Fund.
Oh yeah, for Valiant. Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Unless John, unless you're talking about a different legal defense fund that we've supported some other ones like Smash JTs in the past. So maybe I'm misremembering.
Riley Rowe there, neighbor. Yeah. John Maynard for $4.99. Can we get our cartoon ad? Oh, absolutely. How could we not play it, especially given what's been going on lately on the YouTubes?
Hello there and hi there from Quick Buck Comics. We've been watching as companies like Disney, Warner Brothers, and Universal all universally suck. And then we watched as companies like Rippaverse and Big Man Comics came in to save the day. That's when we realized we could make crappy comics and do it the cheap way by not doing the hard work that Rippaverse and Big Man Comics were doing. We've got characters like John Maynard, William Thompson, and Staccato DDS. Why? Because we stole them from the WDW Pro audience. Because making characters is hard. And by the end of every comic, you get to draw your own panels. Why? Because art is hard. But please, folks, when you're done, make sure to buy our coffee that's made by someone else with our label slapped on it. Why? You guessed it. Making coffee is hard.
That sounds so much more meaner and aimed at a specific person than it did when it was originally made.
Times change.
Or maybe we just knew the joke before it was time to land it.
It's a fine wine.
Mm-hmm. Keith is out there for $1.99. Power to the Niners. Love your show. Thank you, Keith. Roverboy 006, member for 35 months. Congrats on 3 years and 400 episodes. Still going strong. Roverboy, it's even better than that. We're just getting started. We have not yet begun to stream. Juliet for 10. Like, subscribe, and share. And indeed, folks, we care about our wonderful mods, including Juliet, Tom F., and all the rest who are out there right now protecting the chat and keeping our best on display for the YouTubes. We've got Tennille the 10th out there for 2. Imagine that. We need more chats.
Need more chat.
Sean, formerly John, member for 21 months. I liked Jonas better in BNW. And are those new headphones, Lauren? I have been a viewer from the start. Shouldn't I get something?
Well,
you see here, there's a lot of things out in this world that people don't understand.
Oh, boy. He's gone black and white. He's gone full
much
noir.
longer.
Safka came into the chat.
If you stick around much longer, you'll get something, and then you'll need penicillin, and it's going to be quick. So be careful what you wish for.
I thought Jonas just.
Weird.
I thought he switched to night mode.
That would be more like greenish colored, I think.
Hey,
Steve just doesn't like black and white people.
that's what I was going to say is technically Jonas is black, or was black, sort of.
Had to bring him black.
Jonas is black. Isn't that song you did? Jonas
That's
is black.
right. We've got Mellard for 5. Send Staccato to Dollywood and let him buy $200 worth of taffy on Jonas's dime. But my $5 to help Pro buy back lost innocence and a funnel cake. It's the funnel cake I want most.
I keep saying it's cinnamon bread, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know. 1 dirty bird for 2. Wilton's pet should be a roach. No, that's Wally's.
Well, and Wilton also has the tuft.
It's got to be a billy goat.
Well,
yeah, that's not a bad. Well, that's the girlfriend.
He's
into
goats.
The tuft.
He's into goats.
So, Steve, you put out the Wilton ad, and I laughed pretty well at that one. You have different people of different disabilities all wishing they could help Wilton get his legs.
And
when we get to next week and we do the charity stream, by the way, we've hit the goal, folks. We're going all the way to when Jimmy Kimmel's live, so we'll be on until 11:45 tonight. We got more than an hour left to go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Steve.
Yeah.
Could you perhaps come up with somebody who has no arms nor legs, who feels like Wilton actually needs, their money instead?
No,
and could we do a joke like that?
I know that guy. I met him one time. He was lying in a pile of leaves. I believe his name was Russell.
I was going to call him Stumpy, but you beat me, Jonas. That's better.
No, there's another one. He was hanging on a wall. His name was Art.
And if he's laying in front of the door, Matt.
Matt. Yeah.
In a swimming pool, his name's Bob.
He was really into water skiing. No, that was his brother Skip.
We got to keep going. This is getting bad. 10 out of the 10th for 2. I can't think of anything clever. Here, chat. Well, thank you, Tennille. And Patrick, get away for 5. Nothing beats a good Kurosawa flick. Jonas, is for you.
That's absolutely correct. You have a very good taste, Mr.
Oh, well, the fear for 10. Way to go on 400th episode. Thank you for being so kind to us. We appreciate it truly. Thank you for the 10. We've got Stormweaver for 5. High Pro. Lauren Connor. Real Life Fake Wizard. Let's see. Hang on a second now.
Andy Masterson.
Andy, we love you. Stormweaver says, sorry, don't know the gent with the glass and beard. I've never seen one like that. That's great.
It's Lauren. Yeah.
Steve, Jonas J. Campbell, and Lou Wasserman's Ghost.
Right.
Thank you, Stormweaver. And then Stormweaver ends it with all the best and thanks for all the great work you guys do. We're going to kick him out. We'll bring him right back. You know why. We're clicking the buttons, making things happen. Stormweaver, thank you, buddy.
No, it can't be.
But it is Stormweaver.
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
Can I just say that when we were leaving MegaCon, when we were there, then walking back to our vehicle.
Do you
we
mean with the
heard some-
police escort?
No, not with a police escort. But somebody was walking ahead of us, and they said, "It can't be." And both Pro and I together said at the same time, "But it is."
Oh boy, that was were the Spider-Men? Was that when the Spider-Men were around?
No, that was later. That was at Universal.
Gosh, that was funny when there were about 10 of them, and somebody said a menace. You know, look, it's that menace, and all 10 of them turned, and a few of them said, "That's a little harsh, don't you think?" Mary White for 5, 10 chats left and 20 minutes to go. Congrats, Pro and team. Thank you, Mary White. And yes, folks, we've hit the goal. We'll go all the way until Kimmel goes live and let you know what's happening. Tadil the 10th for 2, oven are ideal for pie. And everybody loves a slice of pie. Tadil says for 2, because you can't get enough on just one. Oven are ideal for pie. And everyone loves a slice of pie. Fitty D for 499 for the goal. Daniel the 10th is out there for 2. Oh, oops. Accidental duplicate.
And thank you for your 10th super chat.
And Daniel the 10th again with another 10 for 2. I mean, that's my plan, and, well, I landed it. You did indeed. Folks, we see the one. We'll get to the one. Hang tight. There can only be one. Michael Cooley for 5. Perfect pet for Wilton would be one of those robot rabbits they use to fight pythons in the Everglades.
Is that a thing?
Why would you use a robot rabbit to fight a giant snake? It seems like that would...
Because it's awesome. That's why you do it.
As a rabbit?
But is that a thing? I want to see that.
There are some who call him Tim.
I can... Surely there's a better critter that we could come up with a robo version of. By the way, folks, we'll just skip the line. There can only be one, also known as the Highlander, has dropped an amazing, magnificent 50 pro memberships. All right, we're clicking this button so many times. I'm going to bring them in and just reset the thing so that they're here all the time, no matter what. Here you go. Here you go, guys. This is awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to have to do a member exclusive thing probably Wednesday, and I don't want to make a promise that we can't keep, but legend has it around here that Wednesday, Gary of Nerdrotic is our special guest.
What?
So Gary will be joining us from Nerdrotic Wednesday night. That's the plan, if he can. He's scheduled. Oh, no. What are you? Robo Wilton, why?
He wants to fight snakes in the Everglades.
It was fitting.
You had that ready to go for what purpose?
Gaming.
That's amazing. I'm not even going to lie. I'm impressed.
How much work did you put into that?
Honestly?
Yes, Steve.
Way too much time.
Lie about it, please.
Put it back on the screen.
Lie about
Steve.
it? 20 minutes.
Steve, put it back on the screen.
There you go.
Don't pretend you can't.
If you give it too much time, it becomes self-aware.
Can you
very different from Steve?
Like, is this a full-blown puppet where you can move the mouth?
No, it's a animatronic.
Okay, play it.
A GIF.
Can it? Will it move?
After 20 seconds, it does. Yeah.
We have to wait 20 seconds.
Hey, I honestly, so when we did the watch party of there it is, the birds. It was so that Wilton could be off screen.
Come with me if you want to live, but wait 20 seconds.
Also, so that you could step away, right, and just not be there.
So the worst part is it actually does have sound, so I had to mute it in OBS.
The reason it takes 20 seconds is because you got to hand crank it.
Of course. You don't want to know where the crank is.
Perfect.
And then Stormwaver's back again. It can't be, but it is. Stormwaver, thank you again.
No, it can't be.
But it is. Stormweaver.
Wow.
And wouldn't you know it, Eric Stratton joins in the game, having fun out there. And we got to switch him to an otter one day. But right now, he's still a guy leaping out of a vehicle. Eric Stratton, thank you.
Look at that.
Look at that guy go. Look at him go. Thank you, everybody. We really, really appreciate you. And it's such a kind thing that you've done and keeps us on the line, folks. Keeps us going, keeps us showing what's really going on in Hollywood. All right. We've got a ton of super chats. Here's what we're going to do. Because we do have to hit the news routes. People just start leaving the stream. Look at our panel. They're flying out the doors. We'll get all the super chats. I promise we won't leave a single one. We never do. We'll come back up to them. We'll get all of them. We hope you keep sending them. We'll get the big ones right now. We'll come back, I promise. But we're going to talk about this Hollywood situation while we've got Jonas, lest we lose him. Stormweaver for 25. All the best, and thanks for all the great work you guys do. Stormweaver, it is our honor. It is our pleasure to be invited into your day, and we take it seriously that our job is not only to bring you the news, but to entertain. We hope we're doing so. Staccato DDS for 20 more. If I had it my way for Kimmel, Josh tomorrow walks out instead of Jimmy and says, you know why I'm here. Dana was opposed to this, so she's collecting unemployment too. Can you imagine?
Oh, man, that's a great point. All of a sudden, Bob Iger's not in charge, and we got Jimmy Kimmel doing something stupid.
Yep. There you go. Iger did it. Iger set it up. But he still got his shower, no doubt. And Siani Reese is out there for $9.99. You guys are cracking me up tonight. See, Jonas, it was all worth it in the end.
Well,
we did what we had to.
Is making some xenophobic, maybe, etc. statements.
Sometimes you just got to throw in the towel. There can only be one, a.k.a. Highlander. Thank you again, buddy. We appreciate you. All right, let's see what we got back here. Jonas, it says I don't get to keep you for one more segment. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, you did ask me if I could stay for a segment, and then there were so many super chats.
The generosity is just flowing tonight, Jonas. It just keeps going and going, growing and growing.
I think I do need to head out, but I did want to say thank you very much to everybody and to congratulate you, Pro, on 400 Pro shows. I honestly thought we would have been demonetized by now.
I'm shocked every moment we get to make jokes like we do. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Jonas, since this is the 400th episode, and since we've had such a good time tonight and we've shared time together, could we maybe play it just one time?
I'm going to say yes, not knowing exactly what I'm agreeing to.
He's going to play the sizzle, and then you can bail right in the middle of it.
Oh, that's fine.
I wouldn't do that.
At the beginning of the sizzle, the end of the sizzle, but what's more important? Stormweaver for 50 Canadian dollars. Disney deserves Kimmel Fallout. That's right. They brought him to the dance, and now they're going to do the boogie.
Stay with us tonight, folks. Stay with us, because we're going to find out what that boogie looks like in about 45 minutes. We'll find out what the boogie's going to be this eve. So I can play it, Jonas?
There is one thing we have found out, though.
What?
Originally, his guest tonight was going to be the guy who was the host, the mentalist or whatever at the White Oz somebody.
Oh, wait a minute. Do we have a guest change, Lou? Are you breaking news here?
Yes, I am. Yes, Oz Perlman will not appear on Kimmel Monday night.
Oh, hang on.
I bet
He's
you didn't
being
see that
replaced by
coming.
John Lovett, of all people.
John Lovett?
Yes.
He stinks.
He was available. Boy, was he available.
Jonas. Oh, Jonas, can I play it now?
Go for it, man. Go for it.
Okay.
Baby born on the brownstone steps. Harlem hit him with the right kind of death. No matter in the world where he goes away, can't take the soul out of his sway. Jonas is back, had to bring him back, back in the groove. Jonas is back, he's back, he's back, he's back. Oh, let him shine. Jonas is back, yeah, yeah, yeah. Had to bring him back. Jonas is back, he's back, he's back, he's back. Oh, let him shine. Pipes made for radio, pro show will do. Breaking down the Hollywoods, break it down anew. Not a single day does our very own forget. Hudson River flow is where his path was set. Jonas is back. Had to bring him back. Back in the groove. Jonas is back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, let him shine. Jonas is back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Had to bring him back. Jonas is back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, let him shine. Morgan Freeman was born in Memphis. Diana from Detroit. But hey, looking upper Manhattan, Jonas is a hit it. Big boy. Jonas is back. Had to bring him back. Back in the groove. Jonas is back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, let him shine. Jonas is back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Had to bring him back. Jonas is back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, let him shine.
That's a fun song.
Jonas, I was hoping you would return and, your black and white.
My favorite Jonas song is Jonas is My Friend, which you can find over on Spotify.
And you have no monetary connection with that? No, nothing to gain, Steve?
I've made $20 on that song. And I told Jonas.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say he did a really great job on at least one of those songs.
It's very kind of you, Jonas, in your black and white. All right, folks, we got to say goodbye to Jonas. Jonas, it's time for you to fade away, but you'll never leave our memories.
You need me to fade away?
Now he's fading away.
Oh, hold on. If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can ever imagine.
How do you still have these things? I was not expecting that, honestly.
He's a force ghost.
He is, really. Audiences have rejected Hollywood's attempts to change what it is you go to see at the movies, and instead, the sequels are now coming. The assembly line is grinding away, trying to make the stuff you want forevermore. This out of That Park Place by Marvin Montanaro. Yes, I'm sorry, critics, with your 30% rotten score for Michael. But Michael 2 is already being discussed after a record-breaking box office debut. Again, this is by Marvin Montanaro out of That Park Place. Michael has only been in theaters for a few days, but its massive success and popularity is already forcing many to ask the question, will there be a Michael 2? After debuting to an eye-popping $217 million globally, the Michael Jackson biopic didn't just outperform projections, it blew past previous records and immediately sparked franchise talk inside Hollywood. According to comments from Lionsgate Motion Picture Group chairman Adam Fogelson, the idea of continuing the story isn't just speculation, is now actively being considered. Fogelson didn't mince words when discussing the future. Quote, "Look, there's at least one more movie. I was always excited by the possibility that you could make a more complete and satisfying telling of Michael's story if you weren't confined to only one movie. There's at least one more? Well, we thought they might try for it, but already announcing that? And guess what? The door is also being opened for a sequel to Project Hail Mary. This came out in March from The Hollywood Reporter. Pamela McClintock and Aaron Couch, some of the good authors at Hollywood Reporter. There's some bad ones over there too, but these are better than the rest of the bunch. They say that Project Hail Mary, a sequel is not out of the question, and Ryan Gosling may be in a potential franchise territory with this one. Andy Weir is in the driver's seat, and we have heard that Andy Weir is working on some other stuff, maybe not a full-blown second book or novel, but other stuff to continue going and growing. Of course, we know the likelihood of Mario getting yet more, a third film out the door, very likely now. We have watched as Hollywood has announced now that we're getting Top Gun Maverick, sequel to that one. So guys, I'm looking at what's happening here, and I say, I think they got the message. They might not admit it. They might not like it. They might hate the audience. But by golly, gee whiz, they're doing it again. They're going back and making the stuff that markets are demanding. Wiz, do you wish to rain on my parade, or shall we shine the sunshine upon the faces of the Hollyweirds and say, good job, way to go, you submitted to us?
I would say it's a little more overcast, maybe not full on rain on your parade. It's a little early yet.
You're being very serious. That's a meteorological joke, folks. Go ahead.
I think, well, in particularly, do not make Michael 2. We don't need it. Michael 1 was great. It was a good story. I don't think we need any more. It was good for what it was. It told a very, I'd say, positive story. Anything further is just going to tarnish the movie because it's going to create controversy and debate. We don't need it. Yeah, more Mario movies, good. More Project Hail Mary, very good. Is that going to be enough? We're still very early in the year, my friends. We still have Masters of the Universe on the horizon. Star Wars doesn't look too good. Toy Story just got a PG rating. That's a little controversial. What's in the movie that it got a PG rating when all the previous ones were rated G? That's something to be paying attention to. And then the rest of the year, we don't know how things are going to perform because we don't know if Hollywood is really learning any lessons here. It appears like some people are, but it might not be enough. I think we're still way too soon to call.
Well, let me ask you this, Wiz. When we look at things like Top Gun getting a sequel, Top Gun 3 on the way, do you think markets now have basically said to Hollywood, there is no other option than to give audiences what they want?
Well,
Godzilla minus zero? I mean, come on, Wiz. We got some heroes on the way.
Does that translate to never-ending sequels? Because based on what CinemaCon was just a couple of weeks ago, it seems like it's just going to be Top Gun forever. There's not going to be new things. So personally, I'm hoping that we get some new heroes, some new stories, some new ideas. That's why something like Project Hail Mary felt so refreshing.
You went where I was going. Yeah.
It was positive. I don't want Top Gun 3. I enjoyed Maverick quite a bit, but let's see something new. Let's get some new blood, some new stories, some new heroes. Having Ryan Gosling's character be so, I don't want to use the word vulnerable because it makes him seem weak. He wasn't weak, but it was just so realistic. The kind of emotions that he was battling with, of battling on doing the right thing or the selfish thing, and how they played that out. That's what we need more of: positive human dynamic relationships and emotions.
Andy, did you find it odd that we do get some films that finally broke the mold? They're not woke. They don't do the things that Hollywood has become known for. Andy Weir is driving a lot of this after The Martian and now Project Hail Mary. And immediately upon Project Hail Mary, outdoing any of the expectations that the critics and the influencers believed could happen, what was the first response from Hollywood? You got to go kiss the ring of Kurtzman. Kurtzman, you can't criticize him. If you do, you got to go kiss his ring, because this guy who has failed in every possible way, he's our guy. And you're not allowed to say a negative thing about him. And Andy Weir did it. He did it, much to our chagrin. Andy, what do you think about the idea that Hollywood still hasn't learned that there's a new group out there and they need them? And the current crop of creators, they're not helping anybody at Hollywood.
I'm surprised they haven't apologized for making some successes.
They will.
They're upset that the people that are actually entertained by these things are their fans and their audience that they need to appeal to, because I don't think they like them very much. If anybody doesn't find their content that they've been putting out favorable, they're not happy with, and it's kind of like, you have to thank the great unwashed that have propelled and created your success. They like to think that all their cocktail party people are the ones responsible for their success, but it's the actual people that actually work a 9-to-5 job and get their hands dirty and want a little bit of escapism from their life, and they'll watch a Project Hail Mary, they'll watch something aspirational, but these people don't understand that they've got life so good, all they do is look for how bad things are. They don't applaud anything. And what worries me is that do they have the talent in Hollywood to actually keep making these things? Because one thing's for sure, every time you get a success, all that means is here, copy it, repeat it again until it becomes stale and old, and have sequels and reboots. I mean, can we take a poll and see how long it's going to take them to reboot Project Hail Mary?
That's a great question. The other thing I wonder too is, okay, so we've got the studios are starting to make this stuff. Now, I take Wizard's point, and I totally agree. They don't need to just do sequels, and we don't have a guarantee that they've actually figured it out. We've got a blip on the radar. I'm with you. What I'm waiting to see, and Lou, maybe you can help me with this one, is when we get to award season, are they going to allow films like Michael, which obviously, whatever you think of Michael Jackson, separate that out from the movie, it deserves awards. I've never seen anything like it. Project Hail Mary with the puppetry deserves awards with the practical effects. It deserves incredible awards. Hollywood is determined to give one battle after another awards. Lou, will they break that, and will they go to these films which clearly deserve accolades?
The guy that puppets Rocky is eligible for supporting actor award.
Yeah,
which is kind of interesting. My big question is going to be, how tight are the contracts going to be about creative control? Because at what point did the studio say, okay, you did great with that, but we want to do it this way? And the creator, whether it's in Top Gun or Mary or anything else, says no. Do they own the property, or do they just say, well, then we've come to creative differences and somebody else is taking over? My other big question is, what the hell did they put in that Toy Story movie to make it PG, and how will it affect overall, not just box office, but marketing stuff? And it better be pretty damned important, or else it wasn't worth the gamble, is all I'm trying to say.
Well, Lou, do you think, though, that they'll be shut out of the awards? Because there have been times in the past where populist films have been allowed to gain awards. So like you go back to Black Panther, and we know the reasons why. Setting that aside for a minute, will they be shut out? Will the elites in Hollywood, will they feel like if we award this stuff, we're awarding a market that we disagree with? We don't want to make these kinds of films. We don't want to celebrate these kinds of films.
There's a lot of that sentiment out there. And it's a question of, who are they letting vote anymore? With every passing day, people with traditional values are dying. And I'm not just talking the famous ones you see in the headlines, but the grips and the electricians and everybody involved in all these awards are disappearing. And the new people don't have that tradition, don't have that obligation, and they may resent these kinds of movies being popular. Absolutely. So we shall see.
Lauren, one of the things that gives me a little bit of hope is seeing that Gina Carano is already in talks with Lucasfilm, that she was put on a Zoom call with Favreau and Filoni. Now, I don't know if they can put her in anything good, because they're really struggling to make anything good, but it makes me think there are changes under the hood at Disney and maybe some of these other companies that they're talking to Gina's, right? It can't be just Gina that they're talking to. They've got to be introspectively looking at, how do we survive in this marketplace?
The question for me still comes down to, how desperate is Hollywood right now? And I think they actually are starting to become desperate. I think that that's happening for two different reasons. You've got the people who are the money people who are saying, we need to go back to making money now. And ironically, it's the same thing from the other side. The talent is also seeing that it's getting harder and harder to make pictures, and we're making fewer of them. And we also would like to be making money, because if we're not doing this, we're waiting tables. And I think they'd much rather be making movies than waiting tables. That's why some of these actors are now being careful about what they say when they're in front of a mic. Not all of them, but some of them have figured out it really is a bad idea to alienate the people who pay your paycheck. Whether you acknowledge that initially or not, the studios get their money from somewhere, and it's from their consumers. If you start thinking that you don't need your consumers anymore, you're not going to be in the market for very long.
Steve, we've reached the point where I think it became existential, and I don't even know that matters to some of these people. I really don't. But I also noticed that there are a lot of actors who signed on to this petition to try to stop Paramount from being able to purchase Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. And I just think to myself when I see that, if I'm Paramount, I might not be so interested in hiring some of these actors. And if the actors know that they may not be very hireable going forward, maybe it's because they've figured out too that the whole industry is in trouble. And maybe they just don't care anymore. Maybe it's like knock the ladder out from underneath them. Maybe it's like take everything out of the clearance sale, get what you can while you can. I kind of wonder if that's the game plan.
It very well could be, but I mean, at this point, I think there's that element of if Paramount wants to make money, all they got to do is say, we're just going to make good stuff instead of like caving to these people. So, which I mean, this is which we've all been saying that forever. Like the studio that figures out, hey, if we make the thing that the customer wants, they're going to make a lot of money, and then the talent will follow. Like because they're also going to want the money. So I don't see how this is a big deal. Like I'm just like it just boggles my mind how people.
Well, I mean, look what they did. Look what they did to Star Wars. Look what they did to Star Trek. Right? The market was clear. This is what we want, and they said no. And they said no for a decade, and they destroyed their industry with it. And then when they saw what had happened with their major franchises, then Kevin Feige over at Marvel said, you know what? If we tried that too? Let's do that. Like the jury had already decided. Like nobody was confused about what destroyed Star Wars. And then Kevin Feige said, well, we're going to do it too.
Yeah, which is the dumbest possible thing. But I mean, this is the human race, right? We think, what is the thing that I should do versus what is the thing that I shouldn't do? And our proclivity at this point is to choose the thing that we shouldn't do. We know right from wrong, and we choose wrong because wrong is available to us. It is part of the condition in which we find ourselves. And so it's no surprise that
when you're in an atmosphere where everybody's doing it, you're encouraged.
Exactly. And
there is no standard opposition to
in the bubble.
Doing.
However, the standard opposition comes in the form of the customer who is not paying nor supporting what's going on. And so
it's those damn fans' fault. Of course it is.
It is, obviously. So
Yeah.
but that's where I'm like, I just don't I just don't understand why there's like these guys that love money. They're not just making they're like, I want to make money. Let's make money.
I'll tell you what, something that just occurred to me while we were talking. You know, of course, the Writers Guild have made their deal. And putting that aside, and we can talk about it someday, that leaves the directors and particularly the actors are next. I wonder if the studios are going to push for some kind of a STFU clause in their contract saying you will not do unsupervised press, you will not disparage the company, you will not, etc., or else there'll be some penalties.
Well, they should.
There'd be so much pushback though, because
absolutely there would be.
Love their free speech abilities,
but it's like don't bite the hand that feeds you, or you get bitten yourself.
Well, we've watched celebrities though annihilate their own movies, right? And with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, annihilate the movie. So I'm fully on board with that clause.
But it's one of those things that, like, I can almost guarantee that would go to the Supreme Court because.
Oh no! That's because
buddy,
no way, Jose. That's not going to the Supreme Court. That's
if it's part of your work duties, if it's in the contract that you're going to go do press tours,
they would try to push it through. I don't think it would win, but I think they would get it there, and I think it would be under the guise that they'd be like, "Well, but I'm a public persona, and you're just trying to silence my public persona."
It's a duly accepted contract. If you sign it, you sign it.
The issue, Steve, is that the First Amendment protects you from government prescribing
censorship. Yes.
In this case, that wouldn't apply.
I want to go to Wiz to wrap this one up. And Wiz, you and I have tangled on this just a little bit. We basically agree, but there is a little bit of daylight between us on optimism versus negativity regarding where this could be. Wiz, how about this one? Let me see if I can bridge the gap. I think where we are now is that Hollywood would not make the same decision with Star Wars today that they did in essentially 2016, 2017. I don't think that they're in a position to risk everything with giant franchises anymore. Can you go there with me, Wiz? Do you think they've learned at least that little bitty lesson?
The problem is that they think they did the right thing.
Yeah, darn it, you're right.
They really do think they've done the right thing. I mean, you hear from these Lucasfilm people. They're like, well, we love what Rian Johnson did. We love Rise of Skywalker. Like they're all over it. And you know what was crazy was Chris Evans in an interview. It was like actors on actors. Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson. And she was like kind of digging him and saying like, you're going to go back, right? You're going to do Marvel. This was before Doomsday. You're going to go back and do Marvel again. And Chris Evans said, well, there's just the process with Marvel. They're just so sophisticated with what they do. They really are involved with the processing of making these Marvels. Is so like, it's not that deep, Chris. They don't actually put that much emphasis into doing it and doing it right as you're talking about. So no, I don't think so. I don't trust them, because what it really comes down to is just simply they've lost the ability to communicate with the audience. They don't know who the audience is anymore, and they think the audience is wrong for not connecting with them. Until that's resolved, everything is a shot in the dark.
I got to admit, I agree with everything you just said. Deep down, they do agree. The only thing that I see is perhaps the heads of the studios, perhaps the fat cat executives who love their yachts a lot, not the celebrities, but maybe the decision makers with the brass rings, maybe they truly believe that they've got to make a change. But you're right about the celebrities. You're right about the directors. You're right about so many inside there. They celebrate destroying the franchises and giving the fans not what they want. And we've seen that time and time again. Weird. But that's the way they are. All right, I'm still staying optimistic. Go Project Hail Mary 2. I'm going to go see it in theaters. Go Godzilla -0. Go Top Gun 3. Gimme. I want to go back to the style of the 80s. I want good movies again. All right, ladies and gents, we did not forget. It's time to go to the superstars and see what they have to say. Michael Cooley, we're still scratching our heads on this one. Why are they using robot rabbits in the Everglades? Go to like robot Sasquatch. That would be so cool. I want a robot Sasquatch fighting the pythons.
So my son has like the legit dream that he's like gonna go and build Transformers. And he's like, Dad, if I do that, will you be proud of me? I'm like, buddy, not only would I be proud of you, I'd be impressed, because at 4 years old, you know what you want to do and you're going to build Transformers. Buddy, you pull that off, I will be so impressed. He's like, okay, Dad.
I'm on it.
It was awesome.
Totally going to do
He's building Decepticons.
I don't think Sasquatch would enjoy the humidity in the Everglades.
That's probably true. That's a lot of hair and a lot of swamp water for that area. Archer Merchant for 2. Kimmel reminds of Wormtongue. Rings of Power cameo.
Oh, no.
Which, by the way, on that note, Irate is like trying to create this whole like watch party thing with Wilton.
What watch party?
I have sacrificed myself.
Oh, Rings of Power.
To get through Rings of Power. And I can't. So unless there's like...
Well, you don't have to. Wilton can.
Tell me about how bad you got it, dude. Tell me. I want to hear about it. Let's hear all of the bad things you've had to watch.
Well, I do have some freedom, but I'm just saying.
No, you don't. You're in Canada. Tennille the 10th for 2. Ovens, plural, are ideal for pie. It's a wonderful day for pie. You can ask all the birds in the sky, and they'll tell you real sweet with a beautiful tweet. It's a wonderful day for pie. Packing Protons for 5. My Mario Kart ranking Saturday. Packing Protons the 10th. Not a good racing gamer. Just get the blue shell. Does well every time. Fitty D for $4.99. One more. Thank you, Fitty D. We appreciate you truly. Snarky and the Fudge. Dora for $4.99. For the love of Elon, save this censoring greedy platform for channels like thus. Thank you for supporting us. Archer Merchant for 2. Also, last one. There's the goal. Achieved, folks, and that's why we're still live, going all the way until Jimmy Kimmel at 11:35. Barry the Music Man for 2. Lou is cool. Jonas is a ghoul. And Colby, the pup rules. Andy agrees. Matthew Johnson for 5. Wilton, the supplier troll, dares his nemesis by trolling them. I would watch this. Come on, Steve. Yeah. Go there. Will you do it?
Yeah, Wilton, the
you should.
Troll?
Go for it.
What's he supplying?
Oh, you don't want to know.
I don't. It's Wilton, but I'm confused.
What would Wilton supply if he was a dealer? What would he give?
Oh, jeez, something dead. It's not going to be alive. It's not going to be like. It's going to be organic.
Okay. Organic and dead.
That's
All right.
what I picture.
Daniel Lewis for 5. Pro and crew, I really enjoy your channel. It makes my day. Spritzel, I just got here. We're holding off on the Spritzel, folks. We're hanging back. Wiz can't handle it. He gets his beard wet. Old Lady Gamester for 199. Can't get laughs like this anywhere else. Happy 400. Thank you, Old Lady Gamester. Appreciate you. Detailed Devil for 499. Sydney was cut from Devil Wears Prada 2. 2 big reasons to skip. Seriously, she's today's Scream Queen in Immaculate and tougher in Eden than Housemaid Christie. Don't you find it interesting that old Anne Hathaway said, I got to get some more sturdy women, Lauren. Anne Hathaway wants more sturdy women in Devil Wears Prada, and suddenly they snipped out Sydney Sweeney and said, no, we don't need any of you in this.
So that was actually a legit thing? I thought that was just a meme going around.
No, it's a real thing.
Sort of makes you wonder if Anne felt a little threatened, doesn't it?
It does, but the sturdy women, they don't bother her.
No, but they're load bearing.
Is she load bearing, Lauren?
Perhaps under certain circumstances.
Packing protons for 2. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a tinfoil goose. Well, how about that, eh? Devil Detail for 199. Power to the Niners. Rooster Fighter and Cartoon Network. Roosters and Hens. Battle Evil. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I said.
Stormweaver, want to thank you again for the 50. Disney deserves Jimmy Kimmel. And this is what we said a long time ago. I said they're going to be stuck with him. They're not going to like being stuck with him, but they're going to be stuck with him, and he's going to go far beyond where he has been. The Fudge Door is back for 199. Canadian Looney. I think they're talking about you, Steve.
Hey, I mean, that he gave about the equivalent of one, so.
Doge for 5. As I've told Dana Terrace on the 300th Pro Show, I've got one message for Jimmy Kimmel. Should his eyes grace the 400th Pro Show, get over yourself. Thank you, Doge. Well said. Tanil the 10th with the 10th for 2. Back to the oven with ye, Jonas. Yeah. What was that? Who was that guy? Who was that guy? The politician back in 2008 when he was running against Hillary and he did the thing.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Dean.
Dean. Yeah.
Howard Dean.
Howard Dean. And we're going to the White House. And we're going to go to the galaxy. And we're going to take over the universe. Yeah. Ruined his career with a yeah. Oh, boy. Stormweaver for 5. Hi, Andy Masterson. And he salutes to you. Fudge Dora for 199. I don't know if Top Gun can do it again. That's a great question.
That is a good question.
I say it makes. I mean, the quality of the story is not going to be great. Let's be honest. So you're looking at it probably making max 500 mil, maybe 6.
Little ray of sunshine over there.
Hey,
it was kind of odd. They didn't name the country they were like in conflict with in Maverick. How are they going to handle that this time?
Not only that, but the last Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie kind of ate it in the theaters. So,
what did it end up getting? 700 million? 800 million?
I don't even think it made that much. I thought it capped at 6.
Hang on.
Let's see.
Listen to you using that.
598 million.
Oh, seriously?
Its global theatrical run at 598.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk a lot about that flop.
You dirty dog. Impossible. It's just gone on for too long. And also the movie before it was garbage.
Sucked.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this was a part 2 of the same movie. It was so plot dense that it was impossible to follow.
And just slow and boring. Let's be honest.
All right. Well,
Reckoning.
Yeah, a lot of standing around talking about it rather than doing it.
Godzilla -0. It's going to save the day. That's the one I'm pinning my hopes and dreams on. Aaron Sleeper for 199. Fake Wiz got your back. WDW Narnia. New Potter. He's a pro swatter. He's made me feel badly now. He's right. Narnia, New Potter prove they're not learning anything. They'll destroy franchises. Leave Lord of the Rings alone.
Yeah, but they have to destroy C.S. Lewis in order to kind of finish off that whole group of friends. So,
and boy, wouldn't they love that. Staccato out there for 10. No one is going to Toy Story younger than 30, so they had to make it PG. Guys, what do you think about this? We're going to be talking about it tomorrow. Toy Story. Every single one of those has been a G-rated film. Like, is Woody going to get it on with Bo Peep? How are we getting to a PG? I mean, I don't know what is one of the toys going to curse? I don't get it.
No, I think the swear word will probably be on the tablet.
It's like if you told me Winnie the Pooh is going to get a PG. It's like, what's Pooh going to do?
There's going to be an ad or something like that crosses a line or something like that. And there's going to be some kind of joke in that vein.
Oh, damn it, Piglet. I told you to stay out of my honey.
So it's just we know why. It says thematic elements, mild action, and some rude humor. So yeah, you're right. It might be it might swear with the leak pad.
We're getting a buzz fart joke in there, right?
Wow.
Why in the world? Why are we here doing a fifth Toy Story and it's not about Andy trying to find his toys so that he as an adult can give the toys to his kid and let them play with the, like, how are we still not doing this?
It's Disney. It's unoriginal. So it'll be an autocorrect joke.
It's the perfect time because the kids from the 90s with their kids would be like, oh my gosh, I'm Andy now. I'm letting my kids play with the toys I loved. Oh, Toy Story's full circle. And like instead, we're doing Bonnie has a leapfrog. It feels like an episode from Toy Story, the TV show or something. I don't know.
And
Anyway.
Buzz and Woody are fighting again because we need more of that.
Never seen that before. You are a sad, strange little man. Elodia Lozano for 2. Happy 400th. Thank you, Elodia. We appreciate you. Muchísimas gracias. We've also got our rate specialist for $1.99 for the Wilton Rings of Power watch party.
Forget you.
Gonna take more than a $1.99 for that one, I'll tell you that. But listen, I would watch it for free. I would love to see you have to sit there through it. Retromeister for 10. Evening, gents, and happy 400th episode, Pro. I find it hypocritical that Hollywood wants strong male characters again, all while men are being demonized for wanting to be father figures in the case of Pragmata. All right, I'm going to hand it to you guys on this one. Pragmata. The responses have been unhinged. Some of them from people who are employed by, folks that we associate with from time to time, try to be kind to, but boy, they've pushed the line where we're like, how do we not say this is cray-cray? Look at Wiz. Wiz is like, I don't want to landmines, Pro. Landmines, don't make me go there.
No, this one's upsetting because if you just look at the game at face value, it's a very good, very positive game. I think it's even rated T. Like it's approachable for even high school kids, and it has very positive human values of like what fatherhood might look like. But it's you have a group of the internet that have been just absolutely disgusting about it, and then you have another side of the internet that has also been disgusting, but for different reasons.
But it's based on the premise, Wiz. It's based on the premise that men, prior to having a kid, cannot feel empathy, cannot be nurturing whatsoever. And it's like, folks, like, have you never been in human society before?
This was the opportunity for people to kick men, and then moreover kick gamers, because they're both easy targets. And I don't think it's helping anybody. I think that it's unfortunate. This was something that could have been used to bring people together and be like, hey, these positive, kind of like we were saying with Project Hail Mary and why we like that whole Hope Corps thing. This was a Hope Corps situation, and the internet destroyed it and made it terrible.
It feels like what happened after Charlie Kirk passed, where the opportunity was there. If people had acted correctly, there'd be Charlie Kirk boulevards and streets and avenues all over the country. We'd still be talking about what a difference he made and all the kind. Instead, what happened? Just burn each other to the ground, man, and go in crazy places and start bragging about, well, we don't have great cities like the Middle East does. We got to be more like that. Like, oh my God. Seriously, folks.
The goal of removing Charlie Kirk was to create upset and unrest. Mission accomplished.
There you go. Boy, that's a sad one.
And yet,
I won.
And yet,
not what he wanted.
More chapters all across the country. More people taking religion seriously. The great line, Christopher Wren, the great architect of all the great churches of England, is buried in St. Paul's, his greatest work. And you know what his epitaph reads? Stranger, if you seek a monument, look around you.
Huh, that's not... Well, I look at Fake Wizard in his channel. And I know people are going, they're seeking out somebody who's going to carry that torch and tell the truth. So, Wiz, maybe there is some hope out there if everybody's looking at you and saying, that guy with his hat and his crazy whiskers, I'm following him. And wherever he goes,
So you're saying
we'll
that
go.
people are going to the guy that's the real life fake wizard for truth?
Hey, Steve, stare into this man's eyes and realize there's something special happening here, okay? You poor...
I'm a Canadian. I don't know.
Does it ever hit you, Wiz, that the point that we're at in society now is that people are following you?
What are you trying to say, Lauren? This man is a genius.
Yes, but look at this man. It's like this is not somebody that you would normally say, yeah, that's a
Fine.
guy that I think all kinds of people should be following.
Wiz, will you put on a
Batman's
suit and
got
tie from now on?
problems, too.
I want Wiz to show up with the hat and the beard and the glasses and a suit and tie from now on, just to show you guys.
He's like, I've done that.
He can clean
now
up
I
real
have to
nice.
show you my thumbnal for tomorrow. Let me just throw it over here.
What is it that's going to drive the masses to your intellectual prowess?
It's literally.
You look so happy.
Amazing.
You know, your hat is looking strangely excited.
Yeah. I'm still working on it.
It's just the angle.
And honestly, the beard kind of looks like the swap that I did for Culture's beard the other day.
Yeah.
All right, we've got Cyrano out there dropping 5 more pro memberships. Cyrano, thank you so much. And we're going to give out a bunch of fun this Wednesday. Oh my gosh, look at that.
That's awesome.
Go Tiny Hairy Culture.
Hey,
Culture got his head back on.
That is so accurate.
Does it come with EMTs with black eyes?
Oh yeah, it needs to.
Oh, it's headless again.
That's the old head, right? Or
Yeah.
do we have switchable heads for when he shaves his beard a little bit?
Oh, you could, yes. You could definitely,
Whoa!
He could be in the French Revolution.
But no, you got
which one is Ray Milland and which one's Rosie Greer?
No, he's got the pre-cancer cut. What do you call it? Like because he cuts his hair for cancer.
Yeah.
Right. So he's got both hairdos now.
Steve, we're going to work on your wording. I know I've messed up
couldn't think
tonight,
of
but pre-cancer cut is just not.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, let's.
He does puppeteer a troll. Cyrano, thank you, buddy.
Okay, but did you guys watch that gardening place?
I love it. It's like the Bob
Did you
Ross
see-
of
Did you
tomatoes.
see He cuts his wood on a glass table.
Hey, Steve,
Just pointing it out.
he's trying to create blooper situations.
Right?
Yeah. Possibly hospital visits.
Steve, can you get a screenshot of that? We'll put it up on. Go find the frame. I want to put that
Right
up on
now?
the screen.
Right
yeah.
now? Okay.
Yeah, Culture cutting wood on a glass table and then posting it on YouTube. We gotta have that. Sparky's out there says, what does it say if a man wears a cup on his face? This is a mug, sir. I would never put a cup on my face.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the Tom Hardy doing the Bane impression. He put the athletic cup on his face and was talking like Bane.
Never sniff in. Donovan, member for 9 months. Pro, would you follow fake wizard into Mordor?
Yeah. Would you?
Follow this man wherever he goes, folks. He's only going up, up, up. Douglas Nutt, member for 14 months. I appreciate business wizard. Real life fake business.
There you go.
Next channel.
I like fake business.
He's got Stay Puff in the back. Just stop. I'm sorry. I can't do the show. I have to watch this and see what happens now.
Oh,
All right, hang on.
It loops. He just keeps walking through and popping up. Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, it's a whole clip.
Is there anything else that happens besides Stay Puff? Do you have other stuff that's going to go down?
Well, I mean, I have other.
Did you make that somehow? Did you get that from
gosh,
somebody?
no, it's a Zoom background on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Yeah, people are cooler than me. Here's Endor.
Does Stay Puff walk through this as well?
Oh no, that would be cool though. Or Jurassic Park.
Oh, look out, Wiz, duck down. Yeah. Clever girl.
And he's an actor, too. That was great.
All right. I really like the name Real Life Fake Business. I like this for your second channel.
That's when I do seminars. That's what I'm gonna name myself. Like Tony Robbins.
Yeah, exactly. Real Life Fake Business. Doge Pal for 5. We're in a crazy world where T-rated Pragmata is more wholesome than E-rated Tamagotchi Life, living the dream. Yet the former is considered problematic. Hey, I agree, man. It's a strange, strange world. They've inverted the values. They've inverted what's valorous. Irate is out there from 199. Does the culture doll risk life and limb to Saw? Well, I know one culture that does so. All right, Steve, you got it?
Yeah, it's right here.
Ready?
Yeah. Here he is.
Oh my! I didn't notice this. I was listening to the video. But
oh no,
where's culture?
Well, I mentioned to him because he's using one as a template, making a stack. And a clamp would make things a heck of a lot easier rather than just trying to hold them all together in line.
A clamp would make it easier, but glass table with a circular saw, that's a new strategy.
That's a choice.
But not only is it a choice, but he's also using a Ryobi. So he's using like cheap Chinese drill or saw to do this. Like, look at him.
Gotta get him on a Cobalt, right?
Oh my gosh.
Like, look how shaky the thing is. Like, that's the best part.
No.
Well, remember, the whole point of his videos are even you can make these things. So, even you with glass tables and cheap straws and you know,
Listen, maybe culture's plan. Maybe he's going for the Benford Tools strategy, right? Maybe things go wrong and it's funny, and then we go back to the Bob Ross persona. Who knows?
Is he wearing eye protection at least?
Well, he's got his glasses. He's got his glasses.
Poor culture. He's living in the desert and doesn't even have a horse with no name.
We love culture, though. Culture's great. All right, folks, we are 10 minutes away from Jimmy Kimmel going live. So let's hit one more story about Jimmy Kimmel, and then we'll see what happens. I've got the monitor on the right side of the studio, ready to go as soon as Jimmy Kimmel hits the TV. We'll see, but here's one more story before we dive into what happens live tonight at 11:35 with Jimmy Kimmel. Final story, final scoop. Let's do it right now. All right, folks, we are trying to find out what's going down with Jimmy Kimmel. There's one thing, though, that we can say for sure, and that is the Washington Free Beacon knows the inside track behind the scenes at the Walt Disney Company, and they are putting it out there for people to find out. Here's what it says. Will Disney and its new CEO finally take a stand on Jimmy Kimmel? Kimmel's latest flashpoint centers on a remark in which the late-night host said Melania Trump had a glow like an expectant widow. And you know, everybody in their right mind is calling for this guy to quit, except for the Holly Weirds. Chuck Ross is writing this. I'm going to read just the first 2 paragraphs, and then we're going to dive down, way down, because what's at the bottom of this article is so important, and everybody needs to see it. I recommend you go read it, but here's what it says. Disney executives are facing a familiar crisis regarding their favorite in-house comedian. Just how offensive must Jimmy Kimmel's on-camera behavior be before they have to bite the bullet and fire him? So far, Kimmel, who won a standoff last year with Disney, which owns ABC, after his eponymous late-night comedy program was briefly suspended for making offensive comments about MAGA supporters and the deletion of Charlie Kirk, has escaped the fate of conservative Disney personalities like Roseanne Barr and Mandalorian star Gina Carano, who were quickly fired after tweets that irked Disney management. All right, so you all know what's happened. You know what Jimmy Kimmel said. Let's go down now to what's happening inside the House of Mouse, and here we go. It says, Kimmel, one of the most prominent Democrats in Hollywood, who is openly partisan both on his show and in his personal capacity, emceed the infamous June 2024 fundraiser for President Joe Biden, in which the then candidate reportedly startled Barack Obama and other attendees by his shaky performance and memory. AKA, you'll recall that Biden had to be led off the stage by Barack Obama. He was obviously not well. Jimmy Kimmel was there, didn't shake his opinion one way or the other. Kimmel's future could come down to his relationships at Disney, which has undergone leadership changes in the 8 months since his last major controversy. Again, continuing along with the Free Beacon. Kimmel famously maintains deep ties to former Disney CEO Bob Iger, who recently retired, as well as to Dana Walden. Folks, it's almost as if Free Beacon reads and watches what we say, or is it the other way, folks? At least we agree, eh? Now the second in command at Disney, Kimmel has expressed glowing admiration for Walden, saying during last year's CEO search that, quote, I happen to love Dana Walden very much, and I think she's done a great job. We'll just remind you all as well that Dana Walden is Kamala Harris's bestie, and probably it was her job to help get Kamala Harris elected using ABC News. She didn't do such a good job of that, eh? It finishes off by saying this, Iger and Walden are deeply enmeshed in Hollywood power circles, where Kimmel is a powerful figure in the entertainment business and in Democratic politics. But Iger is gone now, replaced by Disney's parks chief, Josh D'Amaro, who was located in Orlando before he was tapped for the big job. D'Amaro's handling of the latest Kimmel crisis could be his first big test of whether an outsider to Hollywood's close-knit power circles will take a stand. And that is the assessment coming to us from the Free Beacon, recognizing what's happening behind the scenes. And I would dare add that also Wall Street, which elected Josh D'Amaro to be the head of the House of Mouse, they're going to also get a chance to weigh in. You've got the CFO, you've got the head of the board, both Wall Street guys, that's Johnson and Gorman. They're going to have their say, and they may have sway over D'Amaro. Lorna, I want to go to you first. If this is just a business decision, what do you think happens here in terms of how quickly would they remove Kimmel if it's just business versus if we have to worry about what will Dana do and what will the celebrities do and like if it's just a math question, how quickly would they get rid of Kimmel?
It's a hard question to answer because I don't know. If it was purely business, I would hope that they would do it quickly. But I think that they've probably done the math and realized that they are playing to a particular target audience, and anything that upsets that audience is likely going to lose them viewers. I think the real question is going to be, are there more revelations that come out about this fellow who engaged in this activity? Is there something else that's going to come out that would be potentially worse than the manifesto? It's hard to imagine what could be, but if something does, or if there's any indication that he starts naming names about who influenced him in his thinking. And if Kimmel comes up there, that would probably be something they wouldn't want to be associated with. So we'll see. I think if they think that it's going to blow over and just become part of the news cycle because we become numb to this kind of thing, they'll let him stay. But if they think that there's some other grenade out there that hasn't gone off yet, maybe they chuck it.
Lou, do you find it interesting that now we've got articles out there that really they actually understand how the Disney company is structured and they're looking at this? Like, this is so interesting to me that this has become something that the news dives into. Like, how is Disney set up this way and why does Kimmel stay? It's a level of inside baseball that's so interesting.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend and vice versa. They would like to see them stumble. They would like to see them fall because they think it would inure to the survivors on the other channels. But my question, when you say how quickly would it happen, they have to have some planning going on for what would we put in this place. They have to have, ever since the Charlie Kirk thing, have said, yeah, but what do we put up instead? And how far along that is would matter as far as how quickly it could be done.
What would you recommend, Lou, if you had to do this? Would you keep the late night show that Disney has, or would you replace it entirely? CBS decided to offer it up, and they're being paid now for comedians to take their time on the stage. What should Disney do with ABC if they get rid of Kimmel?
Would be a good thing, wouldn't it? I don't know what they'll do, because what are they going to do? Run reruns of The View?
Ryan Seacrest could do hour number 7 of whatever, variety show he wants to do.
I suppose. But again, variety shows cost money. You got to have production. Something of somebody sitting at a desk talking is cheap. Otherwise, not so much.
Wiz, there's a plethora of opportunities here. If Disney did decide to drop Kimmel, the new media is filled with people who are very capable of doing this for almost no cost. You would think they could do a sponsorship with Joe Rogan, for example. Now, I know they don't want to do that, but you could bring in somebody like a Joe Rogan, offer him a ton of cash to say, here, can we get an hour exclusive, from your show extra that we'll throw on here for 45 minutes or whatever?
How many tons would it take? Rogan's doing just fine.
I don't know what they're going to do, because the problem here is that this is a landmine. So based on, after the whole Charlie Kirk controversy with the Jimmy Kimmel controversy based on Charlie Kirk, he's a landmine.
Let me just interject real quick too, Wiz, because people are confused about this, I think, in the chat. Even if they don't get rid of him right now, they have to make this decision in the next months. He's only on a 1-year contract till May of next year. There's 1 year left. They have to make this call in, whether it's in 3 months or 12 months.
The alternative is to find somebody on the left with the faux gravitas of a Ted Koppel and do it like they did 100 and so many days since, but do it as a lead up to the midterms every night.
So Wiz, I hand it back to you. I just wanted to fix that because I had misled with the question. This is not theoretical. They have to make this decision at some point very soon.
Well, but think of the optics, though, because if you're the person, if the company was to remove him, right, and try to replace him with somebody else, something else, or somebody else, whoever that is going to be lambasted by, let's just say, the left. They will lambaste whoever that is for not being honorable to Kimmel's cancellation, right? That's what they're going to turn him into, a martyr. That's what we're looking at here. So anything that replaces that slot is going to get hated on by the trades. It's going to be hated on social media. And I think it's just not going to be easy. What are you going to do? Put a new up-and-comer in that spot, and then immediately they're going to get carpet bombed with terrible commentary. I don't think you could touch it. And that's the problem, is Kimmel knows that, which is where the origination of that joke came from. Whoever may have suggested it, whether he wrote it himself or not, doesn't matter. He knew he could say it because, in a sense, he's kind of untouchable. If Disney removes him, he's got power. If Disney keeps him, he's got even more power, and he's emboldened to say more inflammatory things. You remove him, and now, he could do whatever he wants, and somebody's going to offer him a contract. Somebody's going to offer him something or other. He'll get maybe a Netflix deal. We have no idea what's on the horizon here. So either way, Kimmel wins here, and unless we intervene, it doesn't matter what Disney does. And by we intervening, that means stop watching. Stop watching the show. Tell your friends to stop watching his show.
Netflix has the cash to spare. They just ended their deal with Obama.
Andy, Steve, your thoughts on this, on Jimmy Kimmel and how you replace him, if you replace him, and they are going to replace him within the next 12 months.
I heard that they did offer that slot to Bob Chapek, but
former CEO of the Disney company.
And the deal was he gets a new boat, $1 zillion, and after 2 weeks, Iger steps in to replace him. Late night weather with Big Bob.
I can't see them getting too creative and trying to either update it or replace it altogether. So whatever they do is going to be adjacent. That's basically how I sit on it. They cater to their audience. They know what their audience is. They're not going to actually try to get a new one.
The Willow Bay Show.
They've got 12
Willow
months.
Bay Show.
Oh, Bob Iger's wife. Folks, they got 12 months at most. Probably less. Pressure is building up, and Jimmy Kimmel, something has to give, and it's going to. 1 year at most. We'll see what happens, but a new host for the hour coming from Disney, and places like the Washington Free Beacon now knowing exactly what's happening behind the scenes. All right, so Jimmy Kimmel has been live now for the last 3 minutes. He came out looking very defiant and angry. He is now explaining his joke. He says it was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not by any stretch of the definition a call for deletion, and they know that. He says, I've been very vocal for many years, speaking out against violence in particular. He says, but I understand that the First Lady had a stressful experience over the weekend, and probably every weekend is pretty stressful in that house. So he's making jokes more about this. He says, and also I agree that hateful and violent rhetoric is something we should reject. I do. And I think a great place to start to dial that back would be to have a conversation with your husband about it, because and the audience cheers to the point he can't continue talking. I'm waiting for the next part to come in right now. He says, by the way, I should point out, Donald Trump is allowed to say what he wants to say, as you are, as I am, as all of us are, because under the First Amendment, we have a right as Americans to free speech. Of course, you don't have a right to network TV. He says, but with that said, I am sorry that you and the president and everyone in that room on Saturday night went through what you did. I really am. Just because no one got deleted doesn't mean it wasn't traumatic. It's scary, and we should come together and be best. We really should. But if you want us to believe that a joke I made 3 days before this dinner had any effect on anything that happened, well, then maybe someone should look into this psychic lady too. And he puts on a video of Caroline Leavitt to mock her. So there you go. He's very defiant. He's very angry. His eyes are watery. It's not the same look as after Kirk. He's not crying. He's not sad. He looks very mad. And he has, that tightness in the lower jaw that you'll get when you are just so angry. That's what he's doing right now. So I think this is a visceral reaction to him. Let's see.
If he's got that kind of a physical demeanor while saying these things, that tells me that he was told you're going to say these things.
He is now calling out Brian Stelter, claiming that Brian Stelter is misleading people. So Brian Stelter is claiming on the CNN clip that he's playing that, and folks, we apologize we can't play this. We'll immediately be taken down if we play it. But he is angry that Brian Stelter said that the White House is not trying to punish Jimmy Kimmel, that him being taken off there would not be some sort of punishment or break the First Amendment. Jimmy Kimmel is angry at Brian Stelter for doing so. Says that him being called to be fired by the First Lady is definitely an attack on him. He says, I like to say this. And again, we're now 8 minutes into him just defending. He says, there was time not so long ago, back in 2010, when we, believe it or not, we sent our men to a Samsung promotional event in New York where we learned that Donald Trump was a very big fan of mine. That's because back in 2010, they interviewed Trump, and Trump said, Trump asked the reporter, who are you here with? He said, I'm from Jimmy Kimmel. And Trump said, nice to meet you. We like Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, so that's what they got. All right, so they're still going on that. I actually think he looks nervous again. So no tears, anger this time, but he does look a little bit nervous to me. Guys, as I continue to watch this, and I don't know if you're watching it as well, give me your thoughts on the way they're handling this one based on my description. And if you're watching it, that's great. He's back on to talking about the guy who tried to delete people.
Within 1 week, we'll be back to the status quo. Nothing's going to change. He's not going nowhere. He is not going anywhere.
This was summed up on X pretty well, that once again, the side that does all of the bad stuff is calling for an end to all the bad stuff. Apparently, their friends aren't listening to them. If they would just, we wouldn't have a problem with so much of this violence if the voters on that side that are all in the inner cities would stop being violent.
So he is now mocking Cheryl Hines because, okay, well, that's interesting. So he's mocking Cheryl Hines because the Secret Service protected RFK, but did not jump in front of her. So he's mocking Cheryl Hines, saying she would have been left in the dust. He makes a joke about RFK, something to do with a raccoon's penis. I don't know what that's about. He is now showing the video feed of Trump cabinet officials who have been told to hunker down behind a barrier, and he is laughing at Tulsi Gabbard and some of the others who are taking cover. He's laughing at them. The audience is laughing at them. He says, by the way, that'll be a great commercial for Hidden Valley Ranch, talking about dressing that got spilled as they were eating their salads as people tried to duck down. So he's just a really vile guy.
So he's just doubling down on everything.
He's mocking Kash Patel.
I think everybody's mocking Kash Patel right now, so that's neither here nor there.
It feels like once he got through with what he was told he had to say from Disney, he's full blown just go on attack mode.
Yeah, he's not going to apologize for anything, and he's been emboldened. He's untouchable.
I'm looking to
He thinks
see
he's untouchable.
If he wasn't, since he didn't apologize about the whole Erica Kirk thing, what on earth would possess anyone to think that he would actually apologize for any of this?
You know, we're so far ahead of this right now. People are not even posting clips or anything from the show.
Yeah, we're doing this in real time.
Yeah, so I don't even have clips that I can show. If we could do less than 5 seconds, that would be great. But we're stuck with describing it right now. He says, the president, one thing about Donald Trump, there's nothing he can't turn into a real estate opportunity. He says Donald Trump said this event would never happen with the military top secret ballroom currently under construction at the White House. Kimmel is mocking Trump for wanting the ballroom to be done. He says, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm afraid that top secret service ballroom is no longer top secret, Mr. President. They start laughing. If it was, he'd be storing it in the shower at Mar-a-Lago.
What?
And he says, and I have to admit something. I don't believe for 1 second that the reason he decided to build this ballroom is for security, but this was a pretty good argument for building. I might be pro ballroom now, weirdly, after this. That way, if anything terrible ever happens, at least they can dance.
He's very high energy right now.
Are you watching him
over here? Yeah, I'm watching it too.
Yeah,
he's kind of high energy.
He's actually mellowed out significantly. He came out like a wrestler out of the tunnel. I think he's very angry.
This is pre-recorded, correct?
I think so. Yeah. No, this part I think is pre-recorded.
Yeah, it would be right.
All right, he's now playing the 60 Minutes interview where they talk about the manifesto, which, by the way, reads very much like a Jimmy Kimmel script. And how he handles this is going to be really important for how Disney reacts. I'm surprised they're doing this. He says, "Oh, you think he was referring to you?" He says, "Excuse me." Hang on. Waiting on Jimmy Kimmel to give the response to that. He says, general rule of thumb, you know an interview isn't going great when you have to say, I'm not a rapist, and I'm not a...
I mean, Jimmy Kimmel did admit that it's weird that we expect him to be funny.
Yeah, he's working overtime to not be funny here. He says, just the honeymoon with the president didn't last. It was fun for 11 hours, but today the president and first lady welcomed King Charles and Queen Camilla, who arrived at the White House for what is scheduled to be a 4-day visit to the United States. Despite the obvious security concerns, the king decided to go ahead with the trip. He said he'd be damned if he lets anything stand in the way of him finally getting his hands on one of these Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell. So it's very not funny. Okay. All right, so there you go. That's Jimmy Kimmel's reaction. Folks, I recommend you watch the clip tomorrow. I would recommend you watch it on one of the X accounts of people who are not associated with Disney. Don't give them the views, don't give the ratings unless you want to. But he comes out very angry, very stiff-jawed, high on adrenaline, and he is not happy at all that Melania Trump is calling on him to be fired. So that's what's happened, folks. That's where we are. Panel, any thoughts on that before we go to the super chats?
I just find it sad that any joking about anyone passing at any point should be taken as some kind of a joke.
And they would have never done it with Biden, and they would have called for every person to be fired if they had. We know the double standard. It's actually worse than double standard, but what they're trying to do is play the double standard, and even the double standard doesn't work. Even the watered-down double standard is untrue.
I'm kind of concerned that have we gotten so used and so jaded to these acts of violence that it doesn't even, it's just almost like typical now. It's almost like it doesn't even, it's just another day that ends in Y.
Well, he came out, Andy. I mean, this is the time. So he's been called, people are calling for him to quit, be fired, et cetera, et cetera. And he came out and made jokes in the monologue about the third attempt to take out the president. He made jokes about cabinet members being sheltered in place. He made jokes about the dressing spilling on them as they, duck for cover. He made jokes about Cheryl Hines being toast because the Secret Service, had to jump in front of RFK. He has no class.
Andy's right, though. We are. there's a kind of a toxicity in how all of this is being presented constantly. It's constant negativity. Now we're, flashback. I saw on X here, it kind of, somebody was comparing it, right? And to how Johnny Carson handled when there was an attempt on Reagan, and how he handled it with class. And like it was an important thing to talk about, but not necessarily, make fun of. And here we have Kimmel cracking a joke about.
Let me break in real quick, Wiz. I can't believe it. They got a homeless black man on Hollywood Boulevard to wear a crown and a robe, and had him pretend to be the king of England, and saying things like, "Get these mother bleepers out of here! Go back to your home." Like that was the follow up, was dressing up a homeless black man in a king's outfit. Go ahead.
Oh, it just caught up for me. I'm seeing it now.
You see it now?
This is wild.
Is that not? I mean, this is the Disney company, man. So, folks, we'll be able to show videos and photos of this tomorrow once we've got the ability to make sure we're clear. There will be fallout from this tomorrow morning. There's no doubt now there will be significant fallout, and we'll cover all of it.
What I will say, though, kind of entertaining, is just seeing the dejection on Wizard's face as he's watching what he's seeing.
Why would you go find a homeless man and dress him up in king attire and just have him curse profanely, as a funny bit? It's like, no, you're taking advantage of a man. And it's not like he's a fake homeless man. I don't know who the guy is, but he's got dental issues and all kinds of things that just give you that. Anyway. Thinking Heretic for 2, CC, that's Culture Casino, a mild-mannered gardener, then superhero. We've got England DG for 2, I fed my dog, Cujo, Kimmel and Bits.
Huh.
He's cuddly. We've got Snarky Distinct Nugget from 199, power to the Niners out there. Thank you for a great Monday. 400 epics and more still on the way. Wait, did he change his avatar? Archer for 2 words, Craig Ferguson or Conan O'Brien.
I'll
take Craig.
Turd Ferguson.
I'll take Craig. Yeah, it's a nice hat. Snarky, who is in a plane for 199. Disney hires Hassan.
Don't laugh. It can happen.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's so likely.
Archer for 2. I agree. Shaken and told. Excuse me. Detail Devil for 199. Power to the Niners. Disney wait 4 midterms to decide. Dims win. Renew. Could be. And Archer Merchant for 5. If showing footage of an attack could be grounds for pulling the license, may have been a mistake of hubris. They were careful not to show the attack itself. They just showed the cabinet members huddling in place, Tulsi Gabbard and others. Scott, what is the guy who's in charge of the Treasury? Scott Bessent showed him, sheltering in place and then mocked them. So, I mean, that's where we are. David Monk has become a YouTube member. Welcome aboard, and then also becomes a member at a higher level. Glad to have you. Welcome aboard, David. Folks, we're going to call it there. We got to do coverage in the morning. I got to wake up early in just a few hours to see what the reaction is to all of this and then cover that. It's going to be very interesting. I think this is going to make people more angry, not less angry. And if you thought that Kimmel was going to come out and give Disney a way out of this, he did not. And it's going to be all over the cable news. So the other thing that's interesting, though, before we go, he attacked CNN. I'm not sure that was the right play. He needs CNN and MS Now to defend him. So attacking Brian Stelter, that's odd. And I think that comes out of an angry place. Don't think for a minute, folks, that he's completely professional. Remember that his wife is his producer.
Kimmel right now, or we are watching, I believe, the rise and eventual complete collapse of Kimmel. He's flying so far close. It's too close to the sun. He's going to make a mistake. He's going to get burned. It's only a matter of time now. The Charlie Kirk thing, he survived. We're just getting closer for that drop off.
Well, he amplified it tonight. He had the opportunity to diffuse, and we wouldn't have been happy about it, but he had the option to make some, to kind of lower the temperature.
It's all about the rain.
And by the way, his timing couldn't be worse considering his joke was about Melania being a widow, And that Melania documentary was the biggest thing on cable, for God's sakes. More people like her and know about her than ever before, and he's taking pot shots at her? Bad idea, fellas.
Well, think about this. How does that joke age if President Trump does pass away soon from whatever?
Or that night.
Right.
Or that
So-
night.
He's welcoming his first guest. He says, you know him from funny and informative podcasts, Love It or Leave It, and Pod Save America. John Lovett is with us. Okay, so he goes to the very far left.
That was actually the thing that I was going to say. There wasn't just a chance to say it. I was going to say his replacement would be from Pod Save America.
That's his guest. So that's all so everybody else left.
Too funny.
Didn't want to be on the show tonight for obvious reasons,
boy.
except for the very far left Pod Save America guy, a podcast guy. There you go. There you go. And they're showing off his cooking recipe book. So that's where we are with Jimmy Kimmel. Okay. England DG for 5. The wonderful thing about Kimmels, the Kimmels are wonderful things. Their bottoms are filled with spaghetti. Their mouths poop out nasty things.
Yikes.
Yep. They're trashy, 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 trashy. Crappy, crappy fun. Tennille the 10th for 2 wouldn't be angry if he didn't think he was at risk. He came out angry. If that says what you wanted to say. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming our way. It's been a long show, and I want to say a special thank you to our panelists. When we do these kinds of shows, when we have the milestones and we celebrate, it's great, and we have a lot of fun. But these guys are true troopers. They're friends, and I mean it, because they're here to opine. They're here to weigh in on stories, and they're here for us to send you to their channels as well. And the idea that they'll stick with us with a smile on their face as we celebrate along with you, guys, you need to get over and subscribe to Real Life Fake Wizard, to Andy Masterson, to Floral from Under a Rock. Go and be a part of patreon.com/loseviews and be a part of Lauren and Apollo and help him out with That Pod Place, the channel that is making waves right now, and Lauren is running the thing. Folks, get over there and subscribe to these guys. They're wonderful.
And everybody
They're
who got all
amazing.
those free memberships tonight, my God, you've got genre guys coming at you left, right, and center now.
That's right. And we'll have even more member-exclusive content coming out very soon for all of you. Hang tight, and we'll keep surviving. You keep the lights on, and even at a time when YouTube is taking down a whole bunch of channels, we stay assured we're going to be okay. Why? Because no matter what, this is the kind of community that will find us, help us, and we will together continue to bring out the truth when it comes to Disney, to Kimmel, to Hollyweird, and to everything they want to do to subvert the culture in entertainment. One more before we go. Coming just in the door, Biddy D, back with another 10. Biddy D! What a way to end the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. We'll see you, my friends, tomorrow at noon Eastern, right here on the Pro Channel. Oh, and Wilton, you're going to get some legs.
I grew up through wars, poverty, and my life's falling apart. But Wilton's life, well, he's never really lived. He needs legs.
Hi, Wilton the Troll doesn't have any legs, and I feel so bad for him. I'm really excited to help. I'm emptying my piggy bank and giving all my birthday money so he can get better.
Wilton is precious. He said I remind him of his mom.
I really like Wilton the Troll, so I'm gonna empty my piggy bank and my education account to help him. Wilton needs legs more than I need college right now.
I'm honestly just sad for Wilton. He was born with no legs. And me, I got this wheelchair.
I've dealt with my own challenges, so when I heard about him, I knew I had to step up.
Wilton told me he could help me with my computer because I remind him of his mom. But then I did something wrong and it completely broke my computer, so I'm emptying my savings account to help him instead.
Wilton, you're my favorite troll now.
I'm donating because Wilton deserves to feel like he's not alone.
He needs our help.
He's gonna be so happy.
He also told me I was pretty. And I like that too.